Hello and welcome. I am the Last Hit Point Hero, and you have found your way to TPK Roleplay. We are so very glad you're here and hope you enjoy your stay. Over the next several months, we shall be playing our way through the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition adventure module Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. Claim what you may, take what you can, seize what you need, but know, in the dark, all belongs to the Queen of Cold. First and foremost, no attempts to make the story child appropriate have occurred. This is the tale of cold isolation, alien incursion, and self-centered divinities. This actual play stream contains adult language, descriptions of violence and light gore, scary images, and, generally speaking, a great deal of cold. Our players are here to warm the night. Safety tools are in place for the players, but you, as a viewer, do not have such a luxury. If you know of any of the listed topics that may be a bother, please keep a teleportation spell prepped and readied. Barring that readied action, kick back, relax, keep all heads, hands, paws, and claws inside the stream at all times. Slap that follow button to join the wonderful world of TPK roleplay games. Click the Discord link that I know will spontaneously appear in chat at any moment to be part of the growing TPK community. And, above all else, be good. That's the rule. Be good. Addendum. With no other announcements in mind at the moment, you may not know these amazing players and their characters, so let's change that. Everyone here will say hello, introduce themselves and their character, plug other shows or projects they're participating in, games they play, and what would your character want as a gift for midwinter holiday? Think on that, share that as part of your introduction, and we shall work our way around the horn. Now, you may notice that the wonderful Niffer Niff is not with us at the moment. They shall be making it at intermission so long as all goes according to plan. But, beginning our introductions, in the bottom right corner of your screen, making you stop and stare, even zone out, the table can hardly handle when they dice down, the RP shows up. It's Brito.
Oh, so my name is Brito. I use she, they pronouns, and I play Sabine, the lovely green tiefling, and she's she, her pronouns. I would probably have to say for holidays, she would really, for once, she would like Ol'Bitey to shut the hell up. That is her holiday wish as of right now, because she doesn't have much. She doesn't ask for much. So I mean, if that could happen, that'd be great. That's where she's at. So
You may have a few allies in chat for that. Not everyone, but a few. Turk just gave you a +2 on any check or save during the game, so hold on to that for later, just in case you might need it. Working up and around counterclockwise in the center right column of your screen, intricacies and odds and ends, so much more than trivia to him. If he knows, then you know, because I know it's T.
All right, I'm T. I play Sir Brom Rowan Layden, which is a mouthful to be sure. He is a paladin who uses he, him pronouns, and I myself use he, they pronouns, so hopefully not too confusing. Brom himself is actually going to surprise everyone with a disgusting midwinter gift desire of having dinner with his family at home. Share a nice dinner with them, but considering that they're in the middle of nowhere and nowhere near his family, he has always wanted one of those like nicely patterned wool scarves that have like the fancy small yarn versus like large coarse yarn. So he would want those in fancy dyed colors, particularly purples and reds, since those are a little harder to make. So that would be what he would want.
Aww.
Aww.
Something incredibly sweet and something incredibly hard to get. It's wonderful.
He came from a rich family. Come on.
Okay. So that's just a minor gift. In the upper right corner of your screen, pump those speakers up loud. Times are better than another round. Dial it down. Never. They only know how to turn it up. It's Al.
Hi, my name is Al Lucart. My pronouns are they, them, and I play Mirth, the copper dragonborn bard, a circus performer on a hunt to find a possibly bogus treasure here in the frozen north. All that Mirth wants for Yule is a new book of poetry and his 2 front fangs.
Seems appropriate. As I said, Niffer will be joining us later. So last in the center of our left column, so bold and beautiful with RP, sure to move you, playing sweet candy-coated power, the man of the hour, it's Rox.
These are good. Hi, my name is Rox. Pronouns he, him. I will be playing Neo, also pronouns he, him. The bestest boy, monk, fire ganassi. What he would like for the holidays is for the sun to return to the 10 towns and for everything to return back to normal.
Aww.
Oh, he's so precious. Another gross, sweet one.
Literally.
Yeah, I like how you think big. It's like book of poetry. How about saving the world? It's like, oh. Dream big, kid.
It's appropriate. It is appropriate.
It is very.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Very on brand. So, last time we gathered, a number of odds and ends went down, and so I thought there would be really a need to bring in a professional summarizer in order to bring us all up to speed on just what has taken place. We called around, and Sir Heck was unavailable. However, I was able to book probably the best show summarizer possible, and ask them if they would give a little bit of a breakdown. So here we go. Oh, fellow dwarves into the snow. Crackheads came to feed, oh no. Gloucester face it was a race, but onward they did go. Oh, found the iron on a sled. Some goblins they made dead. 2 got away, party claimed the sleigh. Now back to town they tread. Oh. Thank you so much, Ol'Bitey, for bringing your professionalism
Oh my god.
to our humble stream.
It was beautiful.
It's beautiful.
True performance. Mirth would have applauded and asked for an encore.
We stand.
I appreciate it, but I can't. Sorry. Nope.
So, Ol'Bitey has brought us up to speed, and I will say that in all of that, there was a D4 of healing for Mirth down the line. So hold on to that D4 just in case.
Oh yes.
In front of you.
Thank you.
I'm certain that it was because of Ol'Bitey's performance. I know why that came. So we are going to pick up this evening right where we left off, where the goblins are on their way away, leaving you behind. And there's a couple things to clarify in this. You see, at the moment, the party is split. And we don't want to keep the party split for long, so we're mostly going to deal with this in a narrative fashion. I'll give Sabine back at the inn an opportunity to have a little bit of a scene, wrote something special for her to experience, and then everyone at the camp following the goblin events will pick up. So, to begin this evening, time is hard to track without the faithful rising and setting of the sun. It isn't until you recognize the ominous green glow that starts in the northwestern sky that the exhaustion of traveling all day and fighting at the end of a long journey starts to catch up with you. Your dwarven companions might not have spoken up, but they too appear absolutely beat. The green of the aura has just begun. Evening has just set in. Camp is being set up at the moment. And we will begin with those of you that just finished the fight with the goblins. The game is yours.
Are we gonna go after that goblin guy?
We should leave him be. We have our own matters to attend to, I think, says Brom, kind of rubbing his head. He's still blind, and he's still sitting on top of the sled.
Are you gonna be okay?
I'll be fine. We should probably have a healer look at it if it doesn't go away on its own. Alternatively, since they're out of combat, he's going to perform a heal check on himself, because as I recall, some forms of blindness are permanent and others go away on their own.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that for us.
I guess it's medicine,
Medicine,
in this game. Well, he has no idea. He's like, well, guess I'm blind forever now.
So,
No, he doesn't say that, but he would just kind of like look at himself and he's like,
Imagine Brom saying that, like, in his Brom tone of voice.
It's not out of character for him, but yeah, he'd be like, I'm actually not sure. He kind of like looks at his hands, like I think we need it. He looks at himself. He is a medical professional, and he needs a medical professional now. He's like, no.
Oh God.
So,
Mirth is gonna come ice skating back over to everybody, and is gonna do like a pirouette, and then sit right by Brom and say, "Don't worry, Brom, I'll be your eyes." And then we'll take his hand and dramatically stare in the wrong direction and go, "We really should get back to Bryn Shander and check on Sabine, though."
That is true.
Wait, what happened to his eyes?
They were eaten by Ol'Bitey himself.
Brom sighs, because that is definitely not what happened.
No, that won't do. We have to go get Ol'Bitey.
We do.
No. Well, we do have to get to Ol'Bitey, but I think it was one of the Fae that we met who rendered me blind.
Wait, so is it the Fae or the Bitey?
The Fae.
The Bitey. Why not both? I think, by the way, as Mirth is saying this, he pauses and is joking and gives Neo a considering look. And then he says, "You know, you're wicked fast. You are flying along the top of the snow."
I have to be. I'm going to save the world.
Fair enough. But I have to tell you, I'm really impressed. Your cardio is great.
Thank you. My dads trained me themselves.
Really? Where are your dads from?
Oh, that's not important.
Well, one of these days, we're going to have a hot cider and talk about our families. It's going to be a bonding thing. It's going to be great.
I like that.
And you too, Brom.
There is much discussion to be had, although I think we're probably going to have to wait for another camp for that to occur. He kind of like gets up and he makes a gesture as if he's going to look at the sled, and then he kind of realizes that he can't look at the sled. So instead he turns himself in the direction that the dwarves were and listens for them.
You can hear them. Them and Lane are doing their best to kind of finish putting the makeshift igloo camp up that we've more or less established as campsite protocol. Lane seems a little morose, maybe stands back a little bit while you're chit-chatting. Lane doesn't participate in any of that. after they get some set up, Lane will walk over your way and place a hand on your shoulder, Brom, and go, I do not think it will be permanent. That's it. And kind of wanders off.
He at least seems reassured by that, although he's not particularly reassured by don't think, since he's not very effective being blind, unfortunately. But he would do his best to help them make the igloo, and thinks about the sled, and then says maybe they should do their best to hide it so that no one else tries to take it while they're trying to shelter themselves.
Herna will do, we'll take watches. It'll be fine.
And I'll watch for you. And then Mirth is going to start narrating absolutely everything in a poetic voice for the benefit of Brom. And he actually has, because he's a bard, he has quite a beautiful narration voice. Not like David Attenborough, but there is gravitas. And everything from Neo fixing his flame hair to somebody sliding slightly in the ice while putting things together. Mirth will helpfully sit back and narrate for Brom, as though this is the last thing Brom will ever conceptualize.
Brom looks like, when he starts to do that, Brom looks like he might get annoyed, and he kind of starts to do that thing where someone's face tenses up, like they're starting to get irritated, and then he just kind of he just stops. It's like, no, it's fine. We'll accept this. This is okay. It's better than not knowing what's happening. But after everything is set up, he would kind of seat himself and think about what they're going to do next. And he'd use some of his lay on hands to restore some hit points. Do they still have healing potions? This might be a good time to do that, actually, if they have any.
If you have any, you have some. If you don't, you don't.
I don't have any in my list. I have chalk. A water skin.
I can write to feel better on you.
But we can take a shorter long rest, right? Is it the evening or, we can tell.
So the only indication of night and day here are when the aurora begin. And the aurora generally begin at about 8 p.m. So it is essentially evening. The total, you've traveled 9 hours through the snow, had a fight. It's safe to say that the dwarves' at least intention was to bed down at night.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we'll pan away from the 7 of you as settling into camp with Mirth narrating the different sizes of snowflakes that are falling and pointing up
Brom
the skies.
Brom suppressing his annoyance.
That star is just a little bit bigger than that one.
He's just deep cleansing breaths. I am a warrior monk. I can suppress my annoyance for 12 hours.
I will test every willpower you ever had.
I'm going to roll a will check. He might actually get annoyed. Let me see. I'm rolling.
Are you?
Roll
oh, yeah. I'm rolling a wisdom check right now. Does he get annoyed? No.
Sounds
He
good.
manages not to get annoyed. He got a 16.
Lucky for Mirth.
Yeah, so he every once in a while when Mirth goes into excessive unnecessary detail, he kind of takes a deep breath, like he's trying not to say anything snippy, and then he just kind of exhales. Just that sounds very nice. Or when Mirth tries to cheerily talk about something that's like darning socks or something that's, not super important, he's just kind of nods instead of being like, I can't see and it's very uncomfortable here. But yes, anyways, panning away from all of us. He does not get annoyed.
All of you. Back to the North Look. Sabine, when everyone else left early that morning, you stayed behind. Reasons your own. Don't need to get into those unless you want to. And as you walk back down through the tavern, and we'll say that it's sometime in the late morning, the group probably hasn't left for long, you get to the bottom step just at the end of a chorus of "Oh!" And as you pass through, A newcomer in bright blue boots catches your eye. He slams a pair of beaks on the bar, large enough to easily take a hand in one snip. Scram sacks! You still trading owlbear beaks for beers? The tavern keeper looks up at the visitor. Aye. Always hated them damn things. Happy to get you something for the trouble of ridding the world of them. Despite the noise, even early in the morning at the Northlook, you can still hear the new guy speak. In fact, he turns around and Captain Morgan's a bar stool, sticking a foot on top and leaning on his knee, gesturing wildly to the people in the tavern, almost ignoring Scram Sacks behind. Chrissy just tipped us a bad table that we will wonderfully deal with here in just a moment.
Thank you, Chrissy.
Wait, is that good or bad?
It's a bad
We
table.
might go blind.
That's where you might go blind. Oh, 2 good tables. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Chrissy.
Thank you.
Yay.
So despite the
It's a
noise, you
Christmas
hear him
miracle.
clearly, and it's like he's projecting, not even wanting to talk to Scram Sacks. Good. I need to warm my bones a bit before heading over to Targos. There's a pause before you see the bartender rolling his eyes and dutifully asking, "And what's in Targos, Cousteau?" Seemingly relieved, he continues even louder. "Ha! I'm so glad you asked. Some friends and I are going to climb Kelvin's Cairn and meet Oyaminartok. Mythical wise woman. We have a whole meeting planned." The collective groan from the tavern gives you the distinct impression that a field mouse just claimed to be off to have supper with a god. Now, for the good tables. If I could have... Let's see. Well, there's 4 of you, so Rox, if you would roll a d4, and Al, if you would roll a d4, we will get some good tables rolling.
Got a 1.
A 1,
I got a 3.
3. 1, 2, 3. So this is going to be for Al and, or rather, for Mirth and Brom. So Mirth, please roll a d100. Brom, you as well.
99.
I'm rolling this in
I
the
got 99 problems. Hopefully this isn't one of them.
35.
And 35.
Chrissy's giving us many monies.
Monies.
Wow, thank you.
Thank you, Chrissy.
Wow, thank you.
That's to
Whoa.
heal. That's for Brom's surgery.
Brad's surgery.
Brom's like cataract surgery.
So,
He's healed.
wonderful. So, now, to help Brom, I'll let you know that Brom's eyes are going to come back at the end of the long rest, not to break too much of the tension. So, if you want to just devote that to good tables, we can do that. But I will read the good ones happening now, and
Okay.
we'll see what you want to... We'll give everyone a good table. That seems fair. Let's just do that. Sabine, Neo, roll yourselves a D100. Everyone's getting a good table.
Yay.
Hooray!
And while they are rolling that, Mirth, you are sitting there narrating the mundane events of camp. Brom, stoic, satisfied beside you. And as you are scanning, looking for something else, trying to break Brom into a grin, your eyes scan, and standing on a rock, not too far away, is a small figure, wearing a top hat, with a cane and just the tails of a suit jacket. You're not entirely sure how they're attached. But they look up, they spin the cane, do a little Charleston, take a bow, and then throw something your way. As you reach
I'm
up,
gonna try and catch it immediately.
go ahead. You reach up to catch it, and it is a small key with a silver heart. And there is a small label tied to it. And said,
What's the label say?
This key will someday unlock a door. Place 2 inside, and problems solve themselves.
Hello, my honey. Hello, my baby. Thanks, my ragtime girl.
I will type that into this. This key will someday.
Also, Mirth is going to narrate that and live as it's happening, plus the little ditty, and then be like, Brom, feel this. This is real. I'm not making this one up.
Brom kind of like looks at him like he's pretty sure he's making it up, but reaches over and touches it and is like, what is that? He turns it over in his hand.
It's the key to your heart.
My face is Brom's face. Not amused at all. He makes a snort sound. What is it actually?
It's a little key that a stranger gave me that was over on the snowdrift. They're
Do you
gone
know
now.
what it does?
Well, the note says that it'll unlock a door for me someday.
Sounds useful.
Mm-hmm.
There's a heart on it. Maybe it's the key to your heart.
Aww.
Are you sure?
Brom tries not to make another face. He's just like...
Brom, as you
Perhaps.
turn your head toward Neo, in the blackness of your vision, you see a figure. It's hard to say what size because it's all that you can see in the black void of the nothing. And they have a monocle, a bag with a strange symbol on it. It looks like an S with 2 lines through it. You've never seen it before. And a pocket watch that they look at, snap shut, and tuck into nothingness on their chest. They
Who
reach out
are
with
you?
They say nothing, reach out with the bag, and open it up. And coins start to fall out. How much money does Brom currently have?
I will find out. Let me see. How much money does he have? He has 25 gold.
Okay. Roll 1d4.
4.
Multiply that by 4. As-
16.
No, multiply your gold by 4.
Oh,
As the
whoa.
gold coins tumble out and you feel your purse get heavier. Neo, what did you roll?
68, so close.
68.
That's naughty.
That's just okay.
That's naughty. Neo would never think that. He would think the opposite. How dare you? The precious child.
Don't take it.
Anyways, sorry.
He is not tainted. Yet.
Yes.
All right. Neo, as you are looking around the camp, you also see this very strange figure appear yet again. And every time you point this figure out, Lane sighs deeply. Oh, now what? When the figure appears for you, Neo, they have a leather apron on, a hammer in one hand, and a bandana tied around their head. And they start hammering the air in front of them, and it's making a distinct ting, 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 ting. After a few moments of that, They toss the hammer aside, it disappears before it hits the snow. They reach down and snap into thin air a very small chain, like a chain shirt, but miniature, and toss it your way.
Gonna catch it.
When
Is
you
this for me?
catch it, when you look back up to ask, the figure is gone.
I guess so.
Now, I don't think as a monk you have any armor on of any kind. So what this is going to do is this is going to slide down your hand and go around your wrist and give you +1 AC. So your armor class goes up by 1.
Hey.
Nice.
And Sabine, your D100 roll.
52.
52. Through all of this, you can just see over and over and over, it's all of the feelings that Brom is trying to repress are just washing over Lane's face in just a number of different. You can see the attempt to keep staying straight. Sabine, standing in the tavern where this figure with the blue boots has been talking about himself, you see a figure that looks similar to him, with blue boots on, a large over-the-top feathered hat, and just like a pointing stick, like a gesturing stick, a baton. That's it. That someone would have. And every time this person, this Cousteau who walked into the tavern talks, this little figure is just mocking him. No one else seems to be able to see it but you. And then after a moment, there is another smaller figure identical to him, or them. And again another, and another, and another. And the very smallest one tosses something your way. When you look down at what you've been given, it's a small mirror. And in that mirror, you see 2 reflections of yourself. And one of the reflections looks up and starts talking to you. Put us down twice, and we'll be you where you put us. Practically speaking, you can leave this behind as an image of yourself. So you get 2 uses of this mirror that will make a perfect duplicate of you. Wherever you
Perfect for sneaking out of the house late at night.
The image will assume any simple task you order it to do, and is, practically speaking, indistinguishable from yourself until interacted with.
Ooh,
Wow, that's really cool.
that's nifty. I like that.
The
Cool.
last event that happens in all of this, and we'll give a good table to Lane when Niffer arrives, is the small figure walks up to Lane, and this time is wearing travel gear. They have a bag, like a backpack on. They are wearing like a navigator's hat, or one of those just a navigator's hat is the best way to describe it, and has a compass in one hand. And probably for the first time, or no, definitely for the first time, all of you hear a voice. Looks up to Lane and says, "Come along, things to do." And both of them disappear. The snow around where Lane was standing has completely melted away, leaving a small patch of grass with 2 little flowers in it. So with the good tables out of the way, we're back with Sabine at the North Look. Sabine, how are you spending your day?
Drinking. Yeah. Drinking. A lot. As much as she can physically handle.
After probably the 4th round, before even breakfast would be over for most folks, Scram Sachs says, "Hey, wasn't it last night you said you didn't solve problems by drinking?"
Okay, listen. Well, this is different. All right. I had a rough night, and all I'm going to do is just sit here and drink in peace. So, go.
Long as you hold it, long as you're fine. I'm here.
Great. And she just goes back to
Sure.
throwing him back.
The figure in the blue boots
Oh, Lord.
saddles over to you. So, are you going on any adventures?
You're almost as annoying as Ol'Bitey.
Oh,
Just-
nonsense.
Just shut up. Just shut up for a second, because you've been talking way too much. Okay, go ahead. Continue.
Well, I was just gonna comment on, "Oh, take me to the river and wash me down. Won't you cleanse my soul, put my fins on the ground? Oh!" The figure in the blue boots puts a hand to his head. How did I forget that thing hangs on this wall?
Trust me, there's one time I tried to actually take it down from the wall and it didn't work
Oh,
out.
that doesn't go well.
No, it really doesn't. I think I might try it again. So, maybe. I don't know. What do you want? Why are you here? Why are you talking to me? What's up?
Well, I just wanted to share with you a little tip for adventure, if that's what you're around for. Over at Targos, there's an expedition leaving. We're on our way to climb up Kelvin's Cairn, and if you wanted to tag along, you'd be free to.
But you don't know me. For all you know, I could be like a killer or something. Like I could kill you and take everything you have.
Oh, no. You see, the killers are still asleep because they hunt at night. The adventurers are out here drinking, with weapons on their hips, and upset that they're in the middle of nowhere. He pings a sword hilt at his hip and goes, "Oh, we know our own."
Okay, if I were to come on this what's the word? Journey? If I were to come on this journey, what would I get out of it? Because I can't go around doing free labor. I can't do that to myself. I can't do that to the people I'm with either, because we don't have, well, I don't have much. I don't come from much, and I don't really have any money either. So what would I get out of it?
I'm just doing it to get my name out there. Soon everyone will know of Cousteau. At least that's the plan. I mean, don't you just do something?
No gold, no, like fancy shit, no. Just nobility. Is that all you want? Recognition, to be a hero?
He kind of, like, the joy in his face starts to fade just a little bit. He's like, "Well, it's a step in the right direction. I'll leave you be. You're busy. Have a wonderful day."
Wait, no. We're not done talking. I wasn't mocking you. I'm just trying to figure out where you're coming from, okay? Because so you just want to be a hero. That's it. You're not looking for gain or anything like that.
He kind of thinks for a moment. I want people to know my name.
Why?
Because it feels good when people recognize you.
Well, if it helps, I have no idea who you are, but
Well, then my apologies. I am Cousteau. Adventurer for
Cousteau.
hire, the man in the blue boots.
Cousteau. That's a nice name. I like the name. Yeah.
And you.
Yeah. She thinks for a minute. She's trying to figure out if she is gonna say her name or not. Could I roll an insight check to see if this guy is like fishy?
Yeah,
sketchy?
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. There it is. Okay. Boop. So that's a 9.
9. So, you're not picking up really any vibes from him at all. He seems so far mostly interested in himself. That's really what you've picked up from him.
Okay. Well, how about this? Okay. Well, to answer your question, my name's Sabine. It's nice to meet you. Gustavo.
Cousteau.
Gustavo, yeah. So
Cousteau, yeah.
how about this? I have other people that I'm with, and it seems like you have a lot of shit that you want to do. So why don't we just combine my group of people with what you want to do, so that way you can get some more help, and it just wouldn't be me.
Well, I'm certainly not opposed to it, but you see, my friends and I have already scheduled a guide. We leave Targos a little bit later today. But you're welcome to come and catch up if you'd like. We're heading to Kelvin's Cairn. We'll be up there for a little bit, hoping to, well, quite frankly, I'm hoping to get some advice. Maybe some life lessons, some wisdom.
Oh. Okay.
There's
Huh?
There's a seer there, well known, Oyaminartok. And I feel that if I can be at the peak of Kelvin's Cairn when she's there, then, well, maybe my life can start anew. But come to the peak of Kelvin's Cairn. I'm sure we'll be there for at least a few days.
Okay. I'll try to remember that.
I hope you do.
Cool. Also, where'd you get your boots at? They're really nice color.
Oh, thank you. My father gave them to me.
Oh, you have a father. That must be nice.
Oh.
Oh.
Can't relate on that.
Well.
And she kind of just starts slumping forward, and her eyes are closing.
Well, if you feel up to it, where are you from?
What?
Where are you from? Where do you hail? What is your home? Did you get the
I have
cloak?
no idea where I'm from. And I'm not just saying that because, I'm trying to be some mysterious figure in a tavern, I really don't. And it just stops, and she's trying to think. I really don't know where I'm from. At all.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Maybe
it's okay. I haven't really thought about it.
Well, maybe the seer would have some wisdom for you too.
Maybe. And as she's still thinking about it, she slowly starts to slowly but surely starts to sober up a little bit. Yeah, I'll talk to my friends to see if they want to come with me to meet up with your friends.
Wonderful. Well, if you don't see us at Targos, if we've already left, then that's fine. Don't worry. We'll just be heading a little bit further down the road, and we can meet up at the Cairn itself.
Okay.
Take care, Sabine.
You too, Gaston. I appreciate you.
Cousteau.
Gustavo.
I hope you find what you're looking for. And?
Yeah, I do.
Cousteau turns and leaves. For narrative expediency, the 6 of you now, up part of the way to Kelvin's Cairn, make your way back over the next 8.5 hours, pushing a sleigh full of iron ingots. The next morning, Brom's sight returns. Fuzzy at first, but as you rub your eyes, the last vestiges of whatever has blinded you falls away, and you can see perfectly fine. And your journey back is uneventful. There's calls of crag cats in the distance, but none of them get close enough to bother you. There's the sound of the wind blowing, but no blizzard moves in. And sometime in the evening, you arrive back at the Black Iron Blades to deliver these iron ingots, as the 3 dwarves had promised. Also, as promised, you're paid. Each of you receive a gem. It's a piece of jewelry that Hersha had made. And each one of those is worth, I think it's 50 gold pieces is what we agreed to. So you get one of those to take with you. Yeah, it's a 50 gold piece of jewelry. All of it is amateurish, but made with, it's made by the hand of someone learning a trade. And Herna's a little apprehensive about handing them over, but she says the gems, the precious metals are worth at least 50 apiece.
Thank you so much.
It's priceless. I love my hair ornament, Mirth says, trying to make it work in his horns.
Thank you.
I hope it works well. It was
our pleasure returning your things to you. He does seem to be quietly relieved when his sight began to return, because he was beginning to wonder, after his failed heal check, if he was just going to end up being blind forever now. And seems to be relieved to find that he is not, in fact, blind forever. Neo is not correct, and his eyes did not fall out. And Mirth will not be narrating the rest of the adventure.
Oh, Mirth is still narrating the rest of it. Mirth is actually still at it. After you get your sight back, Mirth will be like, and then Sir Brom regained his sight.
Yes, I can see now. Thank you. I appreciate your help. And then he kind of double takes and looks around. Where? Someone's missing, he says. So now that he can actually see, and he notices, that someone is not there.
Yeah, Lane was taken by that weird creature.
He did say they worked for his god. He says, he's not quite sure his patron.
Well, I'm sure he'll be fine.
I suppose.
He's strong. He'll return. And how did your eyes return? I thought they were stolen.
I slept and woke up, and my eyesight seemed to come back. Maybe it was a temporary effect.
Was it Ol'Bitey?
Ol'Bitey giveth, and Ol'Bitey taketh away. Oh, and I think Mirth is going to start singing the song.
It's a good thing that Sabine is not here.
Oh.
Or else Mirth might get punched, but no. Brom is not as annoyed by Ol'Bitey as Sabine is.
Sabine would never punch me.
Are you sure?
No.
No.
Speaking
No.
of Sabine, we should go find them.
Yeah, we miss
We should.
Sabine. Let's go get her.
And they would start looking. Now that Brom can see and has eyes, he'd start searching for them.
Where is our friend?
You all make your way back into the Northlook. It has picked up quite a bit in busyness since the morning earlier. Sabine, they would get back probably at about 4 in the evening. Now I'm sure you had other things to take care of throughout the day, but for the sake of convenience, you're back either eating an early dinner or at the bar again, wherever you please, just as the group walks in. And Neo, Mirth, you see Sabine right away.
Sabine! And Neil's gonna run over to Sabine.
Sabine! Neo's going to start playing an instrument that is Sabine's tune that he's been working on. He's been slowly teasing out character jingles for everyone. He's still working on Sabine's.
Okay.
When Neo runs over to Sabine, Neo gets into Sabine's ear and is like, "You were kind of right about Ol'Bitey. I wouldn't trust him. I hear he's been doing bad thing and he took Brom's sight away."
Oh! Ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga chaka. Oh!
So that's
Neil's
where
gonna
that
hop
song
on a
came
table.
from.
Everyone in the tavern. Hey, Ol'Bitey!
Neil's gonna hop on a table and point towards Ol'Bitey. "You'll not get away with this!" And he's gonna start charging towards the Ol'Bitey.
Brom would try and stop him because he knows that this is not in fact the source of his blindness. No. I think it was the patron. He says, like, trying to reach out to stop Neo.
That's not what was said earlier.
I told you that Mirth was lying.
So Ol'Bitey isn't bad?
No, just annoying.
Oh. And then he gets off the table and just like awkwardly sits in a chair.
Brom kind of pats his shoulder gently, like, it's okay. No, it seems to have something to do with Lane's patron.
Okay. So they're bad.
They seem to be chaotic.
Most things are shades of gray, Neo. Mirth says, glittering and colorful and sage AF for 3 seconds of his life. He's also going to sit down by Sabine and say, "Sabine, how are you? Are you feeling all right?"
So, when y'all walked in and you saw Sabine, Sabine has her head on the bar. And when Neil was talking in her ear, she kind of just like rose up and she's like, and so there was a brief like intermission of not drinking for her because she's like, maybe I should go sleep, maybe I should go, like, take a lap around the tavern maybe, and then come back in, repeat with drinking. Great. So she is plastered. So Mirth, when you sit next to her, she sits up and she looks at him and she's like, "I'm great."
Oh no, honey.
What?
Maybe
Don't
we
judge.
I mean, that's
Shouldn't
Al's the
have left
player
her.
laughing, not Mirth.
Don't judge me because I know you're judging me. Because
I'm not judging you.
You
Can we get
are
a water?
judging?
No, never. Hold on, you're eating your hair. And Mirth is gonna kind of like, if you allow, if it's okay, is gonna very gently fix some of your curls where they got floofed because of fur. Oh, there's something in there. Wow, how long have you been here?
I don't know.
Scram
She
Sacks
asked-
is right there. too long.
Sabine,
My
what
dads
should
are
we
like
do to
this all the
support you?
time.
Oh, support me. What do you mean?
Emotionally, spiritually, not financially. I don't have any money.
I don't either.
This time Mirth is gonna laugh with you. Same tone of voice, like
Wait, didn't we just get money?
That's right, we got jewelry.
What?
Sabine, here's your jewelry piece.
Oh, what? Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Does
where-
Sabine get a piece of jewelry? Otherwise, she can have mine.
So
But
the agreement was made for how many pieces rather than how many people. So you got one extra piece of this. Not well made. It's small, maybe a yellowish toned gemstone of some kind.
Oh. So, okay, thanks. I don't wear jewelry, but I like keep it in little bags that I have.
you can, or you can sell it. You know, just wear it in front of her for a few days, and then you can, next town we get.
Oh, you're right. I'm gonna
Are you
sell.
sure you don't need water?
I think she might
Watering
need
her
food.
ales for hours at this point. It hasn't mattered.
You know, that's something I forgot to do today. I didn't eat.
Brom would immediately order food with his new money. He's like, this lady's getting food.
Yeah.
New money, food.
We're all eating. We're all eating right now. We're gonna
Didn't have
have
to tell
dinner.
me twice.
I'm not
So
hungry.
he's gonna pay for everyone's dinner. They're all gonna eat, and Sabine's gonna get extra food because they left her behind like jerks.
Yeah.
Even though he doesn't really have a very high threshold of feeling like a jerk. He in fact does feel like a jerk for doing this. So, food for everyone, no more drinks for Sabine. He's going to try and heal check her to figure out if he can get her sober faster because she is like
I know.
Get her to eat, get her to slow down, get her to drink some water. No need to roll for that. We've all had that friend.
yes,
that
and
friend.
and he would gently, sweetly cut her off, and by that I mean he'd kind of like, if she tried to order more drinks or take one of their drinks that had alcohol in them, he'd kind of like gently put his hand over it and replace it with something that was like non-alcoholic.
Yes, seconded. Mirth will do that too. If your other hand comes out, Mirth will do the exact same thing. Like an animal gif on the internet, like put the drink down.
She's been
Look, at least he doesn't do my favorite, which is grab the drink and down the person's drink who's had too much to drink, because Brom does not drink. So
Sabine,
alive. I hope not.
Sabine, we weren't going to leave you forever. Time was of the essence, but we always intended to come back. And look, jewelry. It's very fetching if you're green.
And you got to have fun here.
I'm not gonna lie though, I got kind of scared because like I looked down and suddenly I looked up and all my friends were gone. But that's okay. I mean, like this isn't like me being edgy or anything, but like I'm used to it.
We're sorry.
Mirth is gonna reach out, and if Sabine is okay with it, is going to try and take one of her hands in his and say, hey, I think you're nifty. I'm not gonna go anywhere without you without letting you know if you don't want me to. So don't worry about that, and you don't have to drink. You can just eat some good food and be with us and make some money and wear a cute piece of jewelry.
As 4 plates of knucklehead trout sandwiches are presented before you.
And then Mirth is, as you're eating, Mirth is gonna like take out, he has like a billion instruments. He's gonna take out one of his string instruments and he's gonna like do a quiet like finger pluck of the Sabine song that he's working on. And it's very much a work in progress because he actually isn't, like, he's traveled with you a wee bit, but still getting to know you. But it has kind of a moody, cool sound to it, like a little sneaky but cool. It's cool so far. It's like, it's gonna get there someday.
And
do they get to buy cheese? Can they have cheese? Is there cheese available? Is it like that wax-coated cheese that lasts a long time? Not the tiny kind, but like the big giant wheels they used to make that are
You're
like
so excited!
If only we're
coated in
lucky.
wax.
We'll get to cheese availability at the Norfolk Inn in a moment. Mirth, as you have been composing this song and trying to think what to compose, there is a melody that continually comes to mind. And it is the same one you were whistling when you first met Sabine. And it sounds more like a lullaby than anything else.
Oh.
And no matter how, you've tried to push yourself on how to orchestrate this, how to compose it, you always circle around to this same lullaby-like melody.
Aw.
And
Okay.
Sabine, that's the lullaby, of course, that you already know.
That's so interesting. So Mirth is just has had this little tune stuck in his head, and he seems to think it's an original tune, so he's playing it for Sabine. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, Mirth is like, I'm still getting the hang of this, but it feels like you.
Wait, that sounds familiar.
Does it resonate?
Yeah, I can't. Then suddenly her eyes get big, and she puts a hand on Myrrh, and she's like, when she starts like heaving, and she
Screams out, no.
She looks
I'm gonna grab a
No.
tankard. I'm gonna dump out another person's tankard and put it in front of you.
everywhere, and the tankard is like.
I'm gonna hold back your hair because I'm that good friend.
She just her entire soul is now in that tankard now.
Oh, that's a lot of soul. Oh, honey.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, here's a little song I wrote.
She just
You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry.
and she starts charging towards
Be
Ol'Bitey.
happy.
I'm gonna, if it's okay, Mirth is going to very gently, Mirth is still like trying to pull your hair back and make sure the awkwardness doesn't happen. And Mirth is gonna be like, no, it's okay. Let's get this sorted out, okay? Sorry you didn't like the song. Let's go talk about it. And Mirth is gonna go get you some like fresh water to splash on your face and out of the Ol'Bitey trigger zone. Like, out of the place that's gonna really...
Brom would gently suggest a bath, but he is not a girl, so he can't help. So he's just like,
Mirth is basically a girl.
No one is girl. Mirth is a girl, I guess. No one is girl. There are no girls.
No one is
No one is girl. No one can help. But,
Sabine, we're gonna take care of you. We're gonna get
yeah.
you set up in your room and really cozy, and we're gonna get you clean water and a blanket and
you're
company
gonna
if you
clean
want
the
it.
mess. Who's cleaning the mess?
I'll
1, 2, 3,
clean
got it.
That
They're
was
so
weird.
sweet.
he just sighs and he kind of start like scraping up from the floor. Like, this is my life now. I guess this is why I pledged my soul.
Neil's gonna run and get some like wet rags to
Service.
go clean it up.
I love that we just saw the character personalities in one massive simultaneous moment. Like, somebody clean up the barf. Nia's like, I'll help. And Brom's like, I'll help. Sabine's like, I'll do it again. And Mirtha's like, ew, no. Like, it's like, oh, that was so gold. I just have to acknowledge that. Okay, I'm done.
I'll do it again.
God. Yeah, let's not. Brom unfortunately does not have prestidigitation at this level, so he's getting on his hands and knees and scrubbing like a normal person.
Oh, yeah.
I'm certain that Mirth does.
Honey.
With this scene coming to a close, we're going to take a short break so that Niffer can get in on all of this. So
Perfect
Sabine,
timing.
feeling a little bit better, a little bit less pent up, starts making her way upstairs in order to clean up, get ready for the evening. Neo and Brom are... Neo is smiling while doing a deed that no one ever smiles while cleaning.
God bless
Exactly.
Neo.
I was gonna say, yes, and Neo is
Little
also not invited to help bathe Sabine.
And
Oh, he
Shield
wasn't.
his eyes. Yes, no, he's not. He's not. The offer didn't even start.
No.
Both eyes are covered with even the possibilities. So.
If asked, he would help, but he's not gonna offer.
No.
Mirth isn't into humans.
As as Mirth helps Sabine upstairs, just this thought: I bet magic would have made that easier. Oh well. And starts kind of whistling that lullaby as we take a brief break to get Niffer in. So we'll be back
Okay.
in however long it takes for me to get the cameras set up and everyone to get a stretch and some water.
This is the set of dice that usually roll 69s, so...
Well, we had a 68, so that's
I
a
got
great point to go
68
live
earlier.
on.
Nice.
So bad.
So we are going to roll that last good table that was so wonderfully left for Lane in Lane's absence. I have a strange
yeah.
feeling.
Yes!
I'm sorry. I forget. Oh, wait, go ahead and finish, and I'll remember what I was gonna say. I promise.
Okay. So, Niffer, if you'd roll a D100 for us.
29!
29, and then
I'm back, everybody!
the events of 2 hours ago have irritated Scramsax beyond measure.
Sorry, who?
Scramsax is the tavern keeper.
Oh, okay.
He has cut off not only Sabine, but your entire group. There is
Lit.
no more alcohol for the group, period. And that is because of what happened to his floor. Despite Neo and Brom's efforts cleaning up, he is an old sellsword, and he is not having any more
Yeah, that tracks.
shenanigans from strangers.
Is it bad that my first thought when you said the tavern owner's name, I just thought, like, oh, that's a character from Cats.
Maybe. What was that,
Maybe.
23?
29.
29, sorry.
I mean, but if 23 is better, like, give it to me.
I don't read them until now.
Okay. 29. Scram Shacks.
Scramsax.
Scram Sacks.
So,
That's
just-
definitely a character in Cats.
No, it's Scrimble Shanks.
Oh, Scrimpleshanks. Just before...
I outed myself. I'm sorry.
You-
Go ahead.
Good. We love it.
Just before you walk into the tavern. Now, what has occurred for the past however
Oh,
long
I don't
it's
get
been, 22
Dumped
hours,
mercilessly in the middle of it.
is up to you. So you can decide what happened there and say whatever you'd like about it. But you are brought back. Your little friend looks up to you and says, well done, good enough, that'll work, see ya! And a small patch of grass appears beneath you in the snow. Beautiful green grass. You see a little inchworm working its way across one of the leaves. And looks up at you and says, oh, before I go. And when you look back down, they are wearing a sailor's cap, and they have a rope in their hand that's tied in some kind of sailing knot, you're certain. And are wearing the full sailor getup.
Oh, yeah.
And will hand you a small wooden boat.
Sweet. Thank you. Thanks.
Don't break it. And with a wink, they're gone. You have a
Cool.
boat that if you toss in water will become a boat.
Sweet.
Cool.
I stow that away carefully, and I try not to mentally refer to myself as Captain Achilles.
You make your way into the tavern, and as soon as you do, Scramsax looks up and says, where have you been? They have been out of hand. I don't know who you brought up here, Lane,
Oh.
but they made a mess on my floor. There will be no more ale
Oh,
for any of you.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm checking which spells I have right now, because if I can do anything, I'm going to. I don't have any spells on here. This
You
is
don't
fine.
have prestidigitation?
I'm checking. I have 4 characters in my head right now. It's too much.
Brom is probably still downstairs, so they kind of like
Guess
make eye
what?
contact.
I do have prestidigitation. Oh, phew. I'm so sorry. I just where were they? I'm sorry. Here, and just like go to start prestidigitation, cleaning up any mess that there's been. Apparently I've been given 10 gold, so I will hand him like 2 of them to be like, I don't know what has been done, but I'm sure I'm sorry.
Just
They're
deal
new.
with it.
Yes, I'm trying to teach them. They're new to the adventuring life. I'm sorry. Again. Okay.
Are Brom and I still down there?
Brom is still down there. Brom makes direct eye contact with Lane as soon as like Lane comes over, talks to the bartender, and he would briefly but in some detail explain what happened when they returned and saw Sabine. Like,
Well,
uh,
that is a story to be
it
heard.
it is. So we did our best to clean up, but it wasn't enough.
I'm
I should give the bartender.
prestidigitationing.
I should give the bartender a gold as well, and
I
he would.
I took care of it.
Are you
It is
sure?
fine. Yes.
I don't drink ale, but I feel sorry for our comrades. He says honestly, like they do deserve ale, even if he doesn't drink it.
They
And
deserve ale.
look, it's very cold and shitty out there. I mean, it's very
Mm.
cold and not great out there. Everyone deserves some ale, except Sabine. She doesn't deserve any more. Sorry,
I-
Sabine.
I'm sure there can be a second chance, but not tonight. Not here.
Wait, Lane, where did you go?
Where did you go?
Remember, I said I have a boss that has me do things that I'm working on this job. I was needed elsewhere.
Let's see.
Was
About
that your
that
boss
time-
that picked you up? Was that your boss that picked you up?
Yeah.
Oh.
About that time, Danica walks up to Neo and Brom and tugs on Brom's tunic.
Looking for
straightens-
chwingas.
Straightens her glasses. Have you had any luck with the chwingas? It's been 2 days now. Just,
Unfortunately,
We have started looking. There are not any to the north, but we are still working on it.
We're about to look harder.
we do believe that we saw one in the past, but it was before we met you, so we did not attribute any significance to it.
It almost killed us.
that doesn't help me. What? That can't be true.
No, you were not almost killed by a chwinga. That was not that.
It did not almost kill us.
There. Yep, better. That nice. Good lad.
I try.
Mm,
Well, I mean, the research will happen when it does, but when you get a chance, it would be appreciated.
Yes,
We
it
did
is
look. We had the
on our
we had
list
the lamp
still.
out.
Yes, and it is well stocked, so we can be constantly on the lookout for it. I promise.
Thank you.
That is
Thank you so much.
yes.
I'll
Yes,
be
and
over
I
there.
like-
She points to a
I-
table that has a stack of books on it.
I pat her shoulder very reassuringly of like, we're responsible adults here.
After today, after the
So
incident.
so vaguely what happened? Sabine just drank a lot, threw up, and maybe tried to throw hands with a fish?
Yes.
Is that the TLDR? Okay, cool. Cool. Yikes, y'all. Cool.
And also she accepted another adventure from like a blue suede boots guy, but I don't think any of us know that yet because she was just very drunk by the time they got there.
Perfect. Really setting up our quest journal here. Good
So-
work. Proud of you all.
Sabine and Mirth come down the stairs. Sabine's hair is still wet,
Oof.
trying to dry it because it's cold out.
I will press digitation dry it.
And
No, you will not. I will
is the
take
best
care of
spot.
it. It's very specific.
Okay.
Martha's gonna swat your hand like this big mountain man hand. I'm like, no, like this. Very easy. There are ringlets.
I have a daughter. I know.
But does she have ringlets? And like Martha's going to like I am an artiste.
She did not inherit my hair, so
Hmm.
yes, I know how to handle hair.
Martha's going to sniff and steer Sabine away from you and glide over to a table and acquire more food.
I tried to help. Okay.
Well,
Just-
they should still have plenty of food, I would hope, but
just
They
as
can have more.
Sabine's last step hits the tavern floor.
Oh!
Oh, you're drunk. You're drunk. You silly old
You
fool.
silly old fool, still you cannot
me.
see.
Just a trophy fish upon the wall me mother gave to
To
me.
me.
Remember what we talked about. Words can't hurt you unless you let them.
We have lost a friend.
Yes, we did.
A friend.
also there's 2 of me now. It's very
Oh.
scary.
Ooh,
As-
yeah.
As soon as
Wait,
Rox
wait.
is back in, it will go back.
Hi.
Huh. Interesting.
I'll be down here. This is fine.
Brief technical difficulties. Also, I can hear music.
Oh hey!
Question mark?
Look, I'm
That's the music
Sabine
of
now.
Roll20.
Hello. I'm very drunk. I love drinking.
I would like to
alcohol.
point out that my onesie matches the border very well.
It does.
It does.
I just got this. It's
Oh, it
from
does.
Oh, GM. I now
Right.
remember what my question was. How much hit points do they get back from sleeping?
You
all
refill
of them.
everything.
Oh, okay, great.
D&D's easy mode for that sort of thing.
We love that.
That's so easy. I love that. It's so much better than Pathfinder, where I just want to cry every time I mean, I have a
That's
great
a
time.
mood.
I know. I actually do love Pathfinder, but I find their rules very nitpicky and annoying. It's like, oh no, we go to sleep with 3 hit points, you get 2 back. What's that gonna do? And I have 5. Hate you guys. Why did we run out of spells in the dungeon? Anyways, sorry.
This is why we make our home in a tavern, and definitely don't alienate the owners.
Yes. Brom still feels bad, but there's not much else we can do with the scruffy former adventurer who is not Scrimbleshanks,
Scrimbleshanks.
the railway
Scramsack!
cat.
Seriously, that's... You've definitely created another cat spin-off.
Scrimshank. Scrimshar?
Scrimshaw?
Grimsacks?
Scrimsacks.
Is it
Scramsacks.
Grimshacks.
Scramsacks.
What are we saying?
Scramsacks.
Dr.
Okay.
Seuss?
We don't even know. No,
No, the bar
And-
owner's name.
Andrew Lloyd Webber. That's what we're saying.
Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Oh, indeed.
Alright,
Um,
let's hit shuffle. We will.
Oh, wait.
If I. Okay.
Ah, ha, ha, ha. Anyways. Oh, you're drunk, you silly old fool. Look, I love that song and I'm so glad you used it. That is the... Yes, Callie numbers. Blame slobs for this, always.
So,
it's
Rox
just an exciting bonus.
lost connection.
Buddy.
Lost it hard because we haven't been pinged yet. Rito, any
But-
chance
Okay.
that he's pinged you?
He's
let
typing
me-
in the chat.
Let me
Oh,
check.
Okay.
that.
He's typing in chat now.
Okay.
Indeed. Should be a good time for a tea break.
Yeah,
I
we
like
may,
tea.
Viewers.
We may have to take intermission part 2.
Hey.
Intermission
we-
2.0.
Apparently we can't have that many good people on at once.
Yeah,
Mm.
there's too much power in here.
There's
He's
too much.
restarting.
Yep, he's restarting.
It's
All right.
because he's the hero. He has the
It's
power.
true.
He does.
Does.
Since we can summarize small interactions when Neo gets back, I just want to share that the gist is Mirth is going to apologize to the owner of the establishment, tip him a gold, and more free songs and performances. And then just kind of get everybody together around the table once Neo gets back to kind of do a team reset and shuffle and see what we're going to do next.
Hooray!
Well, I
I'm
mean,
giving myself all my hit points back.
that could be
It's
something you
Yay.
can. We're watching. Yes. So, because Zoom stacks one camera by itself, there's always
Oh.
a split screen when someone is gone. So I can be.
Oh, look,
So
I'm in
I
the
can
GM
be-
chair. I'm in the GM chair. I have the power. Okay, what do we want to happen? Here we go. If
More
I can
bid
say
tables.
sometimes it's canon. Yeah, well, I don't get to control the tables. That's chat. We just,
Oh.
let chat do it.
The chat cleric.
Chat.
Chat, we love you. So instead,
Why don't we, just for the sake of helping, there's a number of open threads right now,
yes.
so now might be a good time. We'll just sit. It looks like Brito and Al are the only ones in their seats where it will fit, but we'll just go ahead and have. He's the official party member now.
It's true. We should just have a stand-in screen that is just the Ol'Bitey. That goes.
Ol'Bitey.
Next time that I might have to miss, put Ol'Bitey in my screen, please.
Just an animated GIF of Ol'Bitey.
Oh God, Ol'Bitey just substitutes for you.
Late.
Actually,
HP.
I saw it. And you just ignore Tony. Don't worry about Tony.
No,
Oh,
HP.
yeah. Go ahead.
If we ever have a guest player on this show, can they please be playing Ol'Bitey?
Oh, we'll see if Turek or Doc are available. I think they would love it.
Yeah, I
Get Tyrant
agree.
in
I think that one of them should be playing Ol'Bitey for us, please. Thank you.
Plot twist, it's me playing Ol'Bitey.
Oh no, it's you the whole time.
I love it. I love the idea that Bree voice acts both Sabine and Ol'Bitey, like canonically.
That's one of those Easter eggs that they don't put in the credits. It was just an uncredited voice, that once you're in the know, you're in the know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so if you could cast anyone as Ol'Bitey, who would you cast as
Cole.
Ol'Bitey?
100% Cole.
Kohlrabi would make an excellent Ol'Bitey.
Kohlrabi
Actually, no, I
would
think
make the
and
best one.
This just goes from my interactions with personalities. I actually think Tony would make an excellent Ol'Bitey.
Tony would make a good one, but
I
like
think Tony
I've-
would make a very good
Not very
I have
catchy.
heard Kohlrabi sing in his Tell voice, and I just want that to be the Ol'Bitey voice.
Unfortunately, Ol'Bitey has a he's pretty set. So.
I was gonna say I've also not heard Tyrant or Turk sing, so I feel like I would like to hear what they sing. Like,
I think I heard Turk sing somewhere.
If you had to
I
pick a
like that-
celebrity, who would you hire
Yes. Who
Ooh.
to voice
hire?
Ol'Bitey? Alan Rickman.
Alan
I was
Rickman
gonna
as
say-
Ol'Bitey.
Oh.
I was gonna say Stephen Colbert should voice Ol'Bitey.
Ugh. Oh no.
The late Sean Connery.
I could see that.
Ooh,
Sean
Connery.
Connery,
If you
I
could-
can definitely
if
see.
you
Sean
could-
Connery.
If you could get Sean Connery to not play the straight man and to make a joke about himself, I think that.
And and if we could get him to play a fish instead of the straight man, yes, good.
All right, so who would you cast to play Sabine?
Danny DeVito.
Anthony Stewart head. David. Oh my god.
What?
That was bad timing.
Wait.
HP.
Honestly, I'd love to see that.
I would also love to see Sabine played by Danny DeVito.
Look, Danny DeVito can play any character that Danny DeVito wants.
Danny DeVito can do
Can you
it.
imagine though? It's just like she's beauty, she's grace, she's Danny DeVito.
It's Danny DeVito in a terrible wig.
Or like Gilbert Gottfried, just like
Oh
just commitment.
no!
Yeah.
Merce
Too-
played by Gilbert
That's too on the
Gottfried.
nose.
It's
Mhm.
way on the nose. That's
Too on the
Gross.
nose.
I feel fan art. I guess
Yes, I'm gonna
God.
start photoshopping immediately.
Okay, like in if we're going that way, then Lane has to be played by that creepy dude who plays Hannibal.
Yes, Mads
Mads Mikkelsen. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's Norwegian,
About it.
I think,
oh, yeah.
for Dutch.
Mads
something.
Mikkelsen
I'm
would
sorry.
be the perfect Lane.
He kind of would.
Danny DeVito channeling Helen Mirren.
DeVito, oh my god.
What a cursed combination.
It really is.
That's so cursed. I feel like generations down my line are going to have ailments and they won't know why, and it's going to be that comment.
It's too much. It's too much.
Danny DeVito just plays everyone, but with different wigs and slightly off voices.
So horrible. Can you imagine? He's just like his Always Sunny character, where like his disguises are just terrible wigs
Yep.
and
Or,
like
like-
glasses, different kinds of glasses.
Playing Lane is just him on stilts because Lane is so tall and Danny DeVito's tiny.
It's beautiful.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh, my face
I
hurts from
need this.
smirking.
This is a good thing to come back to.
The unexpected can be wonderful. We've turned into a just chatting, fan
Mhm.
casting ourselves.
What up? Yeah, chat, please give us your insights into who should play all of us.
There has been a lot
Yes,
of really
I
good
agree.
ones
I'm
in
watching, but I want more.
there. Oh,
Danny
so we
DeVito and
haven't-
Moon Shoes.
Oh my gosh.
we haven't cast Brom yet.
Yeah, we do need
So-
Oh,
Brom.
I'm scared now.
Brom and Neo both need casting.
I
Neo's
vote
easy-
Jennifer Hale.
Jaleel
Ooh.
White. Jaleel White needs to play Neo. But not baby Jaleel White, adult Jaleel White. Okay, actually, I'm terrified.
Yeah.
No, never mind. I
Wait.
don't like it.
Do you know who needs to play Brom? Kate Blanchett, because she has that big bro energy, and she could pull it off. She could
She
absolutely pull it off.
Does
Yeah,
she
she's a
play-
lot of gravitas.
Did she play the horn lady from? Am I thinking of a different woman? Is it Kate Blanchett? I don't remember. The lady from.
Are you thinking of Maleficent? Maleficent was played by Angela.
No. The Marvel movie.
Oh, Hela. Yeah, she played
Yes.
Hela.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. I was like the one with the horns. The
Mhm.
horn thing.
It's also
yes.
in Lord-
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
I can see it.
We
Jason
decided
Momoa
on
has been-
Jason Momoa for Lane.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Which is a
Jason
I've
Momoa.
heard
great
that's
voice.
cast- That's accurate though as well. Like just oof.
Yeah,
Jason-
but he needs to like be on his.
Oh.
What do they call it when they lose weight quickly?
Yeah, because
What?
There's a word for when actors have to lose weight quickly because like
Yeah.
they go from being like larger to
bitty.
being smaller.
he bitty, he
Oh,
shrank.
I don't know how they do that.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Oh.
like suggesting.
Everybody has the best suggestions in chat. You guys
I
know
know.
people.
Every-
Everyone
Rock.
is
Terrible at this
suggesting.
game. This is
Everyone
I'm-
is suggesting really like buff people for
Page.
Lane, and I'm like, he has a strength of 7.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mirth could bench press like a lot. I think Mirth might be the second strongest one in the.
What? Wait, what? What is Mirth's
How
strength?
strong is everybody?
Elliot Page is
Seven.
gonna need to wear like really big shoes to be Brom. He is a
Platform
big boy.
shoes.
You platform
That's
shoes,
true.
6-inch platforms.
Brom is tall, indeed.
Brom is tall and wide. He is not small.
Lane is tall and not wide.
Together they can
So.
be tall and wide. Together they can be a professional wrestler. I don't know.
Together we're 3 dimensions. If I just like lay on the ground, then we have the length and the width and the height. It's fine.
So we're square. Well, that's such a creepy thought.
Nope.
Let's
Betty
see, what was
White.
I doing? My
Who
strength
plays
is
Mirth, guys?
We need Betty White for somebody.
Besides
Right.
Gilbert. I don't want to be Gilbert Gottfried
No.
for everything.
Gilbert
No.
That was the only one I got from this horoscope game, and I'm like, can I have another one though?
I think his strength is 17, but I can't actually see it.
Purple.
Yeah.
Mirth
Purple, you're
should be
cursing
played-
me.
Mirth-
That's what purple
I-
does. It's fine.
I think Mirth should be played by Antonio Banderas.
Oh.
That's
I
so
was gonna say-
good.
And
I was gonna
Antonio
say
Banderas
Mirth-
would do it too.
That one.
Oh
Mirth
yeah.
needs to be somebody like actually like really, really talented everywhere. Like not just actor, but also
Right.
probably like
Thank
musician as well.
Antonio Banderas is a good singer.
No.
Yes, he is.
Live for
Thank
Antonio
you.
Banderas. My
It is-
heart is thumping.
Thank you, Dad.
Thank you, Dad.
Oh, thank you,
Oh,
Dad.
sorry.
You're not muted, darling.
Don't apologize for Dad's coming in. It's fine.
Just the whole chat can yell. Ooh, Pedro Pascal. Keep going.
Oh.
Keep going.
No,
Keep
oh no, I want him for Lane. Oh,
Too late. The
But
chat
you-
has spoken.
Chad has spoken.
Yes.
I'll take Jason Momoa. I feel like Jason Momoa and Pedro Pascal would be really good friends. They would
be
get
good
along.
buds.
They'd be great.
Yeah, but I am really partial to Antonio Banderas because like
That's
Mask
true.
of Zorro and also like Puss in Boots and kind of that comedy vibe, able to switch between like sultry but like sultry voiced singing and also
You
like
got the range, you know.
Yeah. Also, Antonio Banderas in that one vampire film. Good God, why am I saying it like that? It's oh bloody hell, Autumn, you're in the chat.
It's
For
Interview
God's
with
sake.
a Vampire.
Oh.
Thank you,
Yeah.
DM.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I was
yes.
like, what's that one vampire film? I was
Oh,
thinking
yes.
about. I watched so many vampire films.
Taika Waititi.
I was
Mhm.
gonna say, why haven't we brought up Taika Waititi yet?
That's
Oh, Taika
please.
Waititi. Oh,
Would be
Super Mirth.
amazing for Mirth.
Amazing Mirth.
oh my gosh, that's a great one because of the weird delivery that he can do
Yeah.
and bring a lot of character. But who's gonna be the DM? David Attenborough?
Oh no! Please
That is
stop
very
that.
much not
No,
like your
get
style.
out.
It'd be.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
You know who? No.
I mean, I'm not like David Attenborough is not like a bad choice, but I don't know if he'd be my first choice.
Taika Waititi would make a good.
He would be excellent. Let me
Yeah.
try and fix my power source. I'll be right back.
Morgan Freeman. You just got flattered. You just got
Kidding.
complimented.
That's
the DM.
Wow, Morgan Freeman is the DM voice.
That would be
HP,
amazing.
That would be so. That's a really good casting.
we would that
Because oh my God, Morgan Freeman, man, he could voice anything, and he also has that range somehow.
Well, what about James Earl Jones though? Because he was like the
Also
ultimate
good.
of voices.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm just.
people always forget about him, and
People
like
sleep
I
on him.
love.
I never forget James Earl Jones.
Who voiced Goliath in Gargoyles?
Never heard of that.
What?
And
Sorry.
No way. You've seen Gargoyles. Oh, you little
no.
tiny zygote. Hold
Yeah.
on.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Side note, y'all are like, oh yeah, he has the range, and I'm just thinking like, you know, at some point we are gonna meet Lane's kids, and somebody would have to
Yeah.
be fan casted as voicing a 3-year-old, and it will be cute.
Cool.
I have a 3-year-old daughter.
I like how the whole chat just
Meet
Googled David and then screamed it. So Niffer, our
Thank you.
darling Sparkle one, I will say
Yes.
that Goliath is a very daddy energy. Sorry to say that. Am I allowed to say that? Character in the kids' cartoon Gargoyles, which was a 90s
right.
cartoon that I highly recommend. Holds up unexpectedly well. Great animation. And
All right.
his voice is like velvet and
Oh,
chocolate
he's so great. I
and
love him.
like campfire smoke and Jesus. It's like this incredible like galaxy brain voice.
All right. He vaguely looks familiar now that I am doing a Google. Anyways, so
What were we talking about?
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like
We're a variety
I
stream
feel
today.
like if our viewers and our chat interaction are up this high on tech difficulties,
We're doing
we're,
all right.
We're doing all right.
We are
We're
doing okay.
So I've not,
Chrissy's like Goliath had big daddy energy.
it's true.
Who are we saying Big Daddy Energy is gonna play?
The what's D&D? It's a good point.
Oh my god.
What is
Pat.
D&D?
What is
What do
D&D?
you
What is
think?
that?
At this point, I don't even know.
Nobody knows.
Hey, but
Yeah.
Taika Waititi would be a great middle-aged Mirth. I'm just saying. I know
Yes.
Mirth is much younger. But
Yes.
still.
Mirth isn't that young. Oh wait, I aged him down. He's 24, I think. And
Yeah, see, he's too baby. I think Taika Waititi
Yeah, he
is
is
like
baby.
40 something or 50 something.
Yeah, Mirth hasn't been seasoned yet. But
I mean, but like, he still sounds young, and if he's playing Mirth, he would have to be in a lot of get up or CG. So it'd be fine. He could play the
he
younger.
would be, because he'd be playing a dragon, so he'd just be like Benedict Cumberbatch with like the little like sticky points,
little dots?
like where they're like having them act.
Oh my god, that's
The-
like the worst. That is the worst thing I'd ever seen in my life. Like him
It is
crawling
very
around in
bad.
the suit. I was just like,
Sorry,
I
let
hate
me just
this.
go. Oh my god,
No.
it's so terrible. Oh jeez. Oh my god. But you know what I would hope is if we had a TV program of our thing, I would hope that it would be like a Farscape style one where Mirth isn't actually CG but is a puppet, like a guy in a suit with like a puppet head, and that's like
no, those scare me so
makeup.
bad.
Like a
Those scare
Teenage
me
Mutant Ninja
so
Turtle.
bad.
Oh,
I would love it so much. He could be like something on The Mandalorian, which I'm in love with right now, by the way.
All right. For the sake of
Same.
anyone that hasn't seen it, since it's still Friday night, we will pause all conversation about that here.
Oh yes, please don't
And
talk about it. I haven't
just
seen it
got-
yet.
I just got a message from Rox. So what Rox has restarted everything. It's not coming back up. He said to go
Okay.
ahead and just continue, and he's going to try and get it going. So
okay.
so we are going to reherd our casting
cats?
call.
Okay.
And
We heard our cats.
Yep. And so
Scramshax
Alright.
is back.
we're going to pick back up at the Northlook.
Right.
The group has a number of threads to follow up on, and that is where we'll begin.
Okay. So, as we sit all together over the beer-stained tabletop, Mirth is going to say, so it looks like we got back the ingots. We haven't found one of the tingly winglies yet.
Chwingas.
Yeah. And we have, was it my what else do we have on our list? We have a few different things. Besides the obvious treasure hunt.
Well, the town speaker Krennic is missing in Cairn. Dark figures were sneaking into the castle there. Vergadane's coin points north. Nope, those are just constellations. Never mind.
But yeah, no, it was the
oh.
Cairn that you said.
Yeah.
That was of interest.
Cairn is one of the other towns around here. So, you know.
Should we go there next to investigate the
I'm just
the
phasing
speaker?
into an Irish accent here now. It's fine.
It's natural.
Yeah, see,
Just
so it's
another
fine.
Friday.
You know? It's fine. He's just gonna sound like this now, apparently. So here we go. Yeah, Cairn is one of the other towns that we could go to. It would take a couple of hours to
So
get there.
Lane has a good idea of walking distance across
Oh.
the roads to each of these places. Yes.
I bought extra parchment and ink, and I was going to make a hand-drawn map for Mirth because Mirth's map is frozen and weird, and I was just gonna make them a map. So
That's the
thing that I would like
cutest
to do.
thing. Out of character, in character, Mirth would be delighted whenever that is presented.
You needed a map, and yours keeps being frozen, and then
Can you sign this? Mirth is gonna see if you're gonna. It just is so well drawn. This is so nice. Are you an artist? In addition to being a savior, Achilles.
He's
Mirth is
gonna
delighted.
he's gonna actually look down and pull the locket off of his neck and open it, and there are sketches inside that he drew of his family. So yes, he is.
Oh, wow! How many daughters and husband, or how many husbands and daughters?
How
Wow,
many
what is his family?
I mean,
Sorry, what is his family like? Dang it.
How many husbands? Can't. So on one side there is a picture of a I want to say human man. I don't think I've actually figured out what race my husband is. And then in the other side is a picture of a very curly-haired little girl and a pretty curly-haired boy who doesn't have front teeth at all. And they're both like laughing and stuff, and it's really cute.
Oh, they're lovely. Mirth is pleased to be shown this little sliver of vulnerability from you and is appropriately respectful about it and will ask their names.
That's Cade, and points to the little boy, and that's Ghana, and that's Dameron.
Oh, what a beautiful family. I can see that you love them very much, and you're a good artist.
Thanks. Locket goes back on.
Mirth is delighted. also is very charmed by the hand-drawn map that was received and is
Cool.
going to tactfully not point out that the map that he won is magical, but is going to use the one that was made for him by you at every single opportunity, with only surreptitious glances at the magical one.
Look, your magic one you said wasn't working very well, so I did it, okay? It was
It's
in my
true.
notes. It was in
It's
my
true.
my notes to do.
Thank you.
Anyway.
It is so adored and appreciated. Also, since you showed Mirth the locket, Mirth is happy to show you. He has tattoos on his inner wrist on the thinner scales there, and they're just two little shapes in Draconic, and they're the symbols for Amity and Joy, his mothers. And he'll just say, you know, it's nice to carry around memories of your family.
Yeah.
You're a good artist with a lovely family, says Brom. He didn't want to interrupt. He does that thing where like someone's very awkward and they wait like a really long time until they're sure everyone's done talking before they say anything, rather than
Aww.
interjecting. So he waited until they said all of that to say that he has a nice family. Yeah, he does that weird thing where like someone's really, really quiet, so you don't notice that they're that close. So it probably is weird, like because he's speaking behind Lane.
What about your family, Brom?
Yeah, let's just backstory it up while we're missing a cast member.
They're at home. They don't leave their homelands. They're nobility.
From the Sword Coast or farther south?
No, a little farther south. He doesn't seem interested in elaborating at this point in time, but he just seems to think that speaks for itself. They have a nice orchard. I do miss the produce.
Just thinking about how many hard-boiled eggs and herrings he's eaten in the several days we've known each other. Oh man. Okay. Well, Sabine.
Who hasn't shared?
No, wait, that's intentional. Sabine's gonna. Well, you know, I don't know. Mirth is gonna actually, if Sabine is nearby after all this talk of family, Mirth is gonna pause and have this dreadful, slow realization. A suspicion that Mirth has is that maybe Sabine doesn't have family. Not sure. This is just something he's not sure, but he sort of nervously looks over when Sabine is there as everyone's talking about family.
When you
not to exclude her, but
yeah, when you look over, Sabine is like combing out her giant mass of hair, and she's putting it into like two curly ponytails, and she's not really like paying attention. And then suddenly she notices everyone is like,
do you want help?
Sure.
Okay.
That's fine. And like one of them is like lopsided, the other one was about to like up here, and
Lane's gonna fix it. He's very good at hair. He does his daughter's hair all the time. He's that dad.
Mirth is gonna, as you're doing this, by the way, Mirth is doing that like sort of looking down, making sure it's perfect, and once you do it well, Mirth goes, and then officially makes the sign of, okay, not gonna harass you about that anymore because you did do a good job. So tell you what,
good dad.
You are a good dad. You are best dad, even.
Well, hang on now, because I have a husband.
You are one of best dad. Oh, God, this is I don't know. You work it out with him. So, guys, are we gonna go ahead and try and find that missing speaker?
Our number one dad mug has two handles, so we can both hold it.
We certainly
really
could.
I'm kidding.
Oh, I love that.
I actually really do love that. Please make that canon. Sabine, are you going to talk about Blue Shoes Guy? Because I don't think anyone else knows about Blue Shoes.
I don't know anything about Blue Shoes. Please tell me.
Yeah. So as Lane is doing her hair, she's kind of just sitting there. So the one thing I remember while I was drunk is that there was a guy in here, and he had blue boots. His name was Gustavo? Gaston.
Okay.
And he was basically telling me that he's going to go see this seer person with a group of his buddies because he wants to go on an adventure and gain wisdom and do all that noble stuff. And he said that he wanted me to tag along, but of course I told him that, I was gonna wait for my friends. But at that time I didn't know if all of you were gonna come back or not, so I was just kind of talking out of my ass.
That's fine.
So yeah, I forgot where he told us to meet at, but his buddies are gonna be there for like a few days before they head up to the seer person. I'm not making much sense.
No, it makes sense. It sounds like this blue shoot man has a potential job for us. It might be a
Sounds
little
like
bit of
something we
profit.
should follow up on.
Probably.
Perfect.
I forgot where he said he was gonna be, so I don't know how much that helped it. That yeah.
I'm sure it's on the way of where we're going.
Or perhaps we could ask
Right.
the bartender. He says he's sure the bartender probably overheard.
Good. What would I know?
Scram Sacks
Anything
is
about-
busy. It's getting into food time.
We're not gonna push Scram Sacks. We're gonna be nice to him. We're gonna leave him
His
alone.
name.
Scram Sacks. I can't.
Oh,
No.
guys.
No.
Okay, just to ask for real, like memes and giggles aside, DM, what's his name again?
Scram Sacks.
Oh God, that is it. Okay, thank you. I thought that was a joke. Okay.
I wouldn't be this inconsistent, or I wouldn't be this consistent about mocking his name unless it was real. Okay.
Okay, that's fair. Okay.
Oh wow, it's spelled with an X though. Thank you for that spelling. Cool.
I like that much better than what I thought. That is far superior.
Thank you, Wizards of the Coast, for making this happen.
Yep. That's canon.
That's canon.
Oh God, their NPC names are so weird sometimes.
Yeah.
They're just like, what if we just keyboard smashed and added like vaguely Greek sounding? Anyway. Okay.
So, would I know from what Sabine is describing, like what location she was maybe talking about, or where I could go to find more information?
Let's see. So, Sabine did not give all that many details to get there.
I can do a check for it if you want.
Yeah, let's make a history check and see if
Okay.
just that hearing about a seer is sufficient.
I'm very sorry that I just use my I'm a native excuse for literally every game that we're in together.
Nope,
I'm just
that's
like,
fine.
why I should know things. I rolled a 6
A 6?
plus. No, hang on. I have something.
Mhm.
History. Oh, just kidding. I have +1. So 7.
So
I'm a native.
you're not picking up what Sabine's putting down.
That's
There's
fine.
just not enough details there. There's not even really any possibilities come to mind. It just seems
Good deal.
Yeah.
Yep, cool. Never mind. That's fine. We don't know
Can I
where to
read-
start.
The depths of my brain to see if I remember.
Oh, I thought you just didn't want to remember. Do you
No,
want
I
Sabine? Okay.
Oh.
I don't remember the name of the places
No.
that you said.
No, that's
This is
fine. I thought Sabine was just not remembering. I thought you were just gonna play it that way, and I was
No,
fine
it
with
was both. It was both. I don't know.
We call this player versus character knowledge. Sometimes the Venn diagram is a circle.
No,
So
I'm
if-
just terrible with location names. Like that's just always been a thing for me. So
no problem. So as you're trying to think, you remember they said that they were going to go to Targos first, and then from Targos they were going to meet up with their group and head the rest of the way up to Kelvin's Cairn, because they were looking for a seer named Oyaminartok.
That's a hoof up there looking at the map.
I got really distracted because it sounded like the very first sentence you said was they were going to go to Target. And I was like, yes.
We're going on a target run.
Target run.
So they're going to Targos, and they're going to follow
Target.
around the edge of that lake Mara dwelled on, and they're going to go up to Kelvin's Cairn from there.
Yes.
Okay, interesting. So they're interested in Kelvin's Cairn, and the other one is it Cairn Dinaval? That's the one where
Cairn
there was a
Dinaval.
missing.
Yep.
Well, I'll
Yes.
tell you what.
And that's the opposite direction.
Yeah.
That is, but Cairn Dinaval is honestly seems to be about as close as it seems to be honestly kind of on its way to Kelvin's Cairn anyway. Could we just meet up with those people there? Is that, I don't know.
Targos is one city over, so it almost might be more beneficial to go that way and then circle back. I don't know.
So
No, that would make sense, I suppose.
Targos, from Bryn Shander to Targos, is, so long as you don't get caught in a blizzard, a 2-hour walk with snowshoes.
So we should head there first.
A
Yeah.
trip to Cairn Dinaval is a 10.5-hour walk with snowshoes.
Ooh,
Let's
Okay.
do Targos first. See what other side quests we can pick up while we're there. Let's put on our snowshoes, everyone.
Hooray!
So the current time is about 6 in the evening. The
Oh,
2-hour trip, as long as you're not caught in a blizzard, you would get to Targos before the
Sweet.
aurora begin to cover the sky. Or
Sweet.
about the exact same time they do.
cool.
So if
Let's.
you want to leave now, that's perfectly fine. Otherwise, you can wait. You tell me.
yeah, I think they'll leave now.
Might as well.
Mm-hmm.
If it's safe, let's do it. I will keep the chwinga lantern open, just in caseies.
Sounds good. If we are going to go a walking, then I need a couple dice rolls. Niffer, please roll a d8. Al, please roll a d4. T, please roll a d12. And Brito, please roll 2d4.
A 5 is what I
Oof.
got.
Oh, 1.
7.
A 4.
Right. So you leave the Northlook behind. Just as the door closes, you hear another chorus start up. Oh, slam. As we put that behind us for now. The Northlook sits on the road leading Bryn Shander right at the northern gate. It's how it got its name. So leaving for Targos is a somewhat simple matter. The path is mostly covered in snow. It's a little bit open, but it doesn't take too long in your journey before you begin to realize that the weather is not going to cooperate. You're barely an hour out of Bryn Shander when the wind begins to blow harder. The snow begins to fall thicker,
Great.
and a blizzard begins to set in around you.
We should do our camp thing.
You don't know how
We have
long the
set up
blizzard will
shelter.
last. There is always the option to try and press through. There's only another hour to Targos.
I was gonna say, I don't think it's gonna do much good to build a shelter while the blizzard is happening anyways.
But you can kind of see it coming in, so there's time to make your decision and at least get a hasty structure put up before.
I'll
Do
defer
you
to
want to
Lane.
press through? Yeah, Lane's the specialist. Brom will do either.
I'm gonna look at how Brito is doing, or how
Yeah.
Sabine is doing, but also how Brito. Brito, how are you doing?
Good.
Oh, good. Anyway,
Um,
Sabine, I'm gonna
Yeah.
physically give her a once over of is she doing okay, and could she press through?
She kind of sees that everyone is leaning towards pressing through, and she doesn't want to be the only one that's let's set up camp. So she's gonna be like, yeah, We can keep going.
You stay behind me, okay? Okay.
Okay.
I press the digitation or mittens all the time, and we go.
Alright. So
Alrighty.
I assume
Sabine-
that Lane
Sabine
is
is my kid now. I'm sorry. Like, literally, as soon as Neo walked in, be like, da, da, da. I'm like, that's my son. That's it. That's my son. And then you're like, I'm like, there it is. I got 2 kids. It's good. It's fine. This is fine. I'm adopting everyone. It's fine.
Neo's on the other side. Sabine goes, guys,
Oh,
think,
no.
I think we'll be okay. Yeah, we've got this, Sabine. We can do it.
Uh-oh.
As long as your headlamp stays on, kid, we'll be fine.
And like Sabine does the thing that she did before, and she holds her hands over his little flame head.
Yes. The bacon cooking furnace.
Alright.
And Brom would probably walk in front of him so that he doesn't get attacked first again.
Yep.
That was terrifying.
We're
So-
gonna be geese formation here, where like I just do the wind breaking and then make sure that everyone else stays behind me. It's gonna be good. We got this.
So Lane is
protect
going
all
to
the
be
metals.
leading this. Lane, what is your survival modifier?
Not high enough.
Can I
plus
assist
3.
him? Wait, someone else can assist him. I think
Just
my
kidding.
assist sucks.
I have survival.
I have
Yes.
plus 3.
Oh, you have more than me.
So either one
But I
person
could probably
can
still
assist, or
assist.
every if more than one wants to, then everyone will roll. So,
Everyone
I-
assist.
I have an extra plus 2 otherwise, so I don't mind taking this and spending it to boost it as high as we can.
so your +2 plus your survival was, what'd you say, a 3?
Plus 3.
So
Do I have to do an actual roll, or are we just looking at, okay, I basically have a plus 5?
you're not rolling. I already rolled your number.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
And then someone is helping as well? Question mark.
I'll help.
Mirth
Yeah, you
should
will.
do it.
Okay. Do you want
Brom
do you
Brom
want
will also
Lane
if
to
you
roll
can.
with advantage, or do you want to roll as well?
Oh, have Lane roll with advantage.
Roll with advantage. Okay. Lane has rolled with advantage.
I'm using my plus 2.
And you're using your +2.
I am.
All right.
Okay.
I crossed
We-
it out.
The blizzard sets in full force. Visibility goes down to 0 almost instantly.
I grab Sabine's hand.
The snow pierces your cloaks. You can feel every single icy piece making its way to any exposed skin at all. The wind howls in your ears, and you follow Lane hand in hand, hoping beyond hope that you make it to Targos within the hour. You're slowed by your travel a little bit, so as the hour approaches, you're not quite there. But you feel good about the direction you're going in. And it isn't too long before you hear a voice come over the top of the winds below. At first, you can't understand what it's saying. It's just like this shrill yelling. But as you keep pushing forward, about an hour and a half out of Bryn Shander with this blizzard in full force around you, you can finally start making out words. And about the time you can hear the words, you see the silhouette of the homes on the outskirts of Targos. And Targos first. That's way too loud. Sorry, everybody.
Ah, good music. Happy music.
You get to the very outskirts of Targos. Now, Targos is a walled city, but there's occasionally a few huts just along the road outside. And it's from one of those that you hear somebody yell out, just over the wind, the slightest bit. Hey! You little bastards! As you get closer, you see a woman trying to come out into the blizzard, pulling boots on. She has a knit blanket thrown haphazardly over her. The wind keeps catching the blanket, and she keeps barely grabbing it to pull it in. When I get you, I'll grind you to paste and feed you to the dogs, you little sons of bitches! Starts stomping around the back of her house. She keeps yelling and shaking her fist, and as you get close enough to, she's no longer a silhouette, and you're no longer a silhouette to her, she turns, she probably saw the light of Neo's head or something, and yells
I
over
have the chwinga lantern too.
and the chwinga lantern has shifted to a blue-green.
Oh.
She's
Hey!
turns your way, and spitting curses the entire time. When she sees you, she says, I'll give you a fat silver coin to drag them little shits back here.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
It's a deal.
Get in so we can
Wait.
talk. Come here. She opens her
I'm
door
gonna get
and
it.
kind of gestures for you to come into her little house.
Oh,
Yeah,
I imagine we're all
yes.
just completely encrusted in ice, like freezer
We're just
burned,
frozen.
like pizza bites that were forgotten like decades ago.
Yeah, we probably all have like that horrible thing where all the moist areas of your body have become like crystallized, so around like
We
the
all
edges
have
of your
white
eyes
eyebrows,
and,
yeah.
yeah, and your eyebrows, and around your mouth, like all
Gross.
that, and your hair. Really great.
So glad I don't have any of those things you mentioned. All right, so
Icicles are literally hanging from Mirth's horns.
fashion baby. It's called fashion sweaty. All right, so let's go into this poor woman's house and see if we can't find a chwinga.
She ushers you in and slams the door behind, and it
This is our house now.
very little to shut out the sound of the blizzard, but just enough, and she's stomping and swearing and trying to get her coat. I hate them wee little things.
Yeah, I know. Where's this one?
Do we see any in the house?
Roll a investigation check.
Brom is rolling immediately, but
All of
like,
us are.
in a not in a metaphorical sense, not a physical one.
Oh.
Let's see.
Nope.
She goes to a window toward the back of her house where you can see it's been opened and snow has blown in from the blizzard, and she slams the window shut. And, hey, they keep leaving me windows open and stealing me flatware.
17.
You don't have any children in your house, do you? Because that sounds like the same.
Children, never.
Alright.
15 to
Flatware?
17. So the both Mirth and Brom look over, and leading in the snow, even though it's been blowing in, there's a few spots where like you thought it was snow at first, but it was a canister of flour that got knocked over, and there are these small footprints in the flour. There's a drawer that's been pulled open, and various cutlery and flatware is in there just haphazardly mixed around, like somebody picked through. There's a couple pieces on the counter. Yeah, you get the feeling that something small has been in here.
Did she give us anything to apprehend this creature with?
We have a bottle, don't we?
Will they fit in a bottle?
I
Danica
think I
only
picked up
gave
a
you
sack.
lantern.
I picked up a sack.
Well, I have manacles. It says so in my obsessively long list of things that Mirth purchased before his adventure. That
Okay.
seems excessive, but he'll take them out and go, oops, those are the furry ones. And then take out just the normal ones and be like, okay, I think we're ready. And we're going to see if we can catch this little guy. Come on out, chwinga.
Wait.
Little cat
Oh no!
noises.
Wait, Brom has something. He has an alms box. He can put the chwinga in there.
I have like a cloth sack that we can probably just like tie if we need to.
Yeah.
We might have to do all of the above just in case.
Mirth is going to
Yeah.
prestidigitate a little handful of his favorite childhood candies,
Okay.
which are rock candies. And he's going to just overflow his hands with them and make like hear kitty kitty noises. And kind of go closer to the shelf where all the flour got spilled. And say, come on out, little guy.
Brom is gonna close the window so the chwinga can't disappear,
Mhm.
and will look around kind of on the floor like he's looking for mice. You know, like when you know a mouse has been in there and you're like on the floor looking around to try and figure out where the hole is. That's pretty much
Oh.
what he's doing and looks very undignified.
I was gonna say I love that mental image of Brom.
Yeah, he's just like he's got his like chainmail skirt. Like it's not a great way to wear a chainmail skirt. I'll just put it that way. And he's like bent all the way
Instagram
over.
perfect.
Yeah, he's like bent all the way over, and he's on his like hands and knees, like looking underneath everything, trying to find out like if there's chwingas in there. And just because the chwinga seem to be interested in cutlery, he takes out his own like mess kit and kind of puts it on the floor and like jingles it like he's looking for a baby or something. It's just not no.
Lane is going to not investigate, but is instead going to like pull off to a corner or a table and like lay out his like dagger and just like start polishing it and making it look really nice and making it a big show of I'm doing something and you're not allowed to see, and just tempt the chwinga out, because that's how I deal with children as well.
Are there any good snacks in her larder just while we're here? By any chance? I'm not gonna like steal, I'm just curious.
Yeah, we're
Right-
not gonna eat them.
Right
but,
now, you
like,
have the rock candy at the moment. So, Sabine, what is your plan
Yeah.
for seeking and apprehending a chwinga?
Sabine, she is crouched in front of the front door, and she's ready just in case it tries.
Yes, good.
Like a
Hey.
goalie.
Yeah, from the front door.
We've
So
covered all the bases. This is perfect.
She's like hunched over, and she's just
Great.
waiting.
Get the fingers limber, stretch them from.
Neo's gonna look around, start going, Swinger!
No,
Swinger!
nope.
Isn't
No.
that what it's called?
Chwinga.
Twinga.
Chwinga.
Chwinga. Chwinga.
So, I need a charisma check from Mirth.
Oh yeah.
Let's see, Sabine. I'm gonna hold what Sabine's going to do for me.
23.
Yeah.
23. Okay, with a
My
23,
best
we're
roll
gonna
I
start
got
there.
this game.
So Mirth has this rock candy looking prestidigitated into her hands, and a small figure is going to stick its head from around the side of the cupboard. Not particularly big. Its face looks like a porcelain mask that is painted with a red V. Is the design on it? Otherwise, it's a featureless, just rounded porcelain mask. It has it looks like a skirt, almost like a hula skirt, made of silk, just out wider, and its upper body is just completely covered in what looks like maybe rabbit fluff or something along those lines.
It's so cute.
Can they see it? Like who can see it?
So as soon as it sticks its head around, Elva, the woman in there, goes, "There's the wee little bastard, catch it!" And it sticks its
Yep.
head back around the cupboard.
Yeah.
Stop yelling.
Yeah.
Mirth says, looking a little crestfallen, can somebody make her go away? It's very stressful.
It's her house, Mirth.
But she wants us to assist her with this problem. Lane, go do your Lane at her.
So Lane is
Yep.
polishing a dagger. Brom, on your hands and knees, when you see this chwinga, it comes behind the cabinet, and then you see it skitter around the side. You can either try and keep track of it, or just try and reach out and grab it. Which would you rather do?
He's gonna try and grab it while also being like, come here, I'm not gonna hurt you. I promise. Which is exactly what I said to the mouse in my house. So I apologize, mouse. It went outside, don't worry. But also, thankfully I did not try and get it with my bare hand. So, but he's totally gonna try and do that. He reaches out and tries to grab the chwinga.
Alright, so go ahead, and because it is a very small, it's probably only about maybe 6 inches tall at most.
Oh, it's so cute.
In it though?
I'm going to need a acrobatics check to try and grab it.
Oof.
This is such good music, by the way.
Oh, so bad.
So, Brom, on his hands and knees, crawls over, dives for it, and just as your hands get there, it takes just a very small fork that it had from
Ugh.
the drawer, and it just goes, no! Doesn't make any sound, sorry. The sound that it makes is, it sounds like the wind blowing. And you get stabbed in the hand by a fork, just enough that you miss. Ow!
He cries out and almost swears, but does not. So he just makes like a quiet strangled sound, and kind of like does the whole goalie dive and kind of like thunks into the cabinet.
Okay.
It's getting away!
It skitters around the legs of the table. Elva screams and jumps up on a chair. Hey, don't let it get me! Don't let it get me! Don't let it get me! It goes toward the door where Sabine is. Sabine, could you give me a dexterity saving throw?
Ooh, okay.
Oh no. Catch the fairy.
That is a nat 20.
A nat
Oh, wow,
20.
yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
This 6-inch tall little creature comes running toward the door, and it saw an opening. It knows there was an opening. It figured right underneath the bottom of that door. In, out, easy. Your hands just appear right in front of it. And it lands in both of your hands. Currently have a chwinga between your hands that is squirming like crazy.
Oh, you caught it,
Put it in the
Sabine.
sack.
Yep, I pull out the sack immediately. And I'm like, okay.
Let's get it a terraria. Oh.
Wait. No. I don't think we should put it in a sack.
That's
Okay.
valid.
Because you know how we think that spiders are scary, right? Well, 9 times out of 10, spider is scared of us. So maybe the chwinga is scared of us.
I think might be a fey creature of some sort.
Brom presents his alms box because maybe they should put it in the box and then put it in the bag and not just in a sack.
Ooh, let's make it a little bed. Martha's getting into this. Let's get it a water bottle.
I can't find my
And a
class
wheel.
features, but I think I have a thing for this.
Wheel.
Hang on.
So we will have Lane do something. And Sabine, in your hands, you can just barely hear.
Are you saying words, or are you just blowing air?
It sounds kind of like a blustery spring day.
Okay, so
I love this music.
yeah, it's amazing. I have something, and I can't remember if it's Hex or Hexblade's Curse or something, but can't I, like, know the location of something? Is that Hunter's Mark, not Hex? That I can know the location of something if we
Hunter's
lose
Mark
it?
makes it
Bummer.
easier for you to follow something if you get it.
Bummer. Okay. This is fine.
Okay.
Here's my PHB. Now I need to check what my invocations are. I'm very sorry.
Okay.
Mirth, Brom, Sabine, any other thoughts while you're holding on to this? You can feel it squirming in there, and it's like trying to stab you with a fork, but like the end of the fork is sticking out from between your ring finger and your pinky finger, so it can't really get any leverage.
So can Sabine open her hands a little bit just to see what's going on in there?
Okay. You look in, and Elva yells, "Don't let it go! Just throw it out!"
No, I'm not gonna let it go. I'm just seeing if it's okay.
And
So you said it was making wind noises, right?
yes. So
They're the heralds of blizzards, right? Yes.
Yeah.
when Sabine is looking in there, Sabine, you look in and you see this little like rabbit fur coated, straw skirted creature with this red V on its face. It's just like looking around like this, gripping this fork, trying to like pull it out from between your fingers. The entire time.
It's okay. And she kind of just like opens her fingers so it can take it out of there. It can take its little fork
It's
out
gonna
of it.
poke you though.
It like jolts and falls over with this fork in your hand.
Are you okay?
So cute.
It just kind of like sits up, holding this fork forward.
Sabine, you're so nice, Mirth says approvingly.
And she's just like,
Bromus, meanwhile, put like a rag in the bottom of his alms box and kind of brings it over and takes the top off. And they put something over the hole in the top.
Seeing
she slowly takes her hand up, not enough for it to like jump off or anything. So she's like, it's okay.
I'm gonna.
We'll save you from this dreadful woman. Mirth says.
He is stealing from me.
And then Mirth is going to copy the little wind sound it made by whistling in a bardic fashion.
Okay.
In just the same way that you talk to a bird.
So for Sabine, your calming, comforting voice is enough. It seems to relax just a little bit while it's sitting there with this fork, and it cocks its head, looking at you, almost as though it's interested in what you have to say. For Mirth, I'm getting there, Niffer, don't worry. For Mirth,
No,
that's fine. Focus on Sabine.
Give me a performance check.
These are my thinking fingers of like, I need to think of what to say. So when I do crab hands, it's just I need to gather the words, not I need to talk right now. This is fine.
Go ahead and give a performance check, Mirth, as you try to mimic the sound of the wind.
19.
19. So Mirth, and the little thing kind of tilts its head the other way.
I've got
You've
a
just
southern
said-
accent.
You've just said the most horrendous things about his mother. Anyway.
Mirth, after doing the little whistle, is going to look at Sabine and say, "You're so good with Fae."
thanks. I never realized. You think I should like do this for like a living or something?
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Okay.
Well, talk to Danica, perhaps. I'm gonna kind of peer in there and see that the chwinga has a fork from this lady, and I'm gonna take one of the silver beads that's like strung through my hair, and I'm gonna try and like offer it as like a teeny tiny trade.
Thunder guy.
It will kind of, as you get
It's shiny,
closer,
like,
it'll grip the fork just a little bit tighter for a second.
Hey, it's okay.
This would be the right size for a bracelet for you, I think, buddy. Funk. Just like
It looks down at the fork. Looks at the bead.
I like twist it around so that it catches the light and is really
Give
shiny.
me a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay, shinies make everything advantage. Cat. Kate. What is my persuasion? 22.
Wow. It's a really good roll.
So
High charisma.
it kind of looks at the fork, and then it very gently pushes the fork out towards you to hand it to you,
Yeah, okay.
and reaches for two little hands for the bead that's probably about the size of, I don't know, about its head. It's maybe a little bit
Yeah.
bigger than its head, or a little bit smaller than its head.
I've made it a new helmet. Oh boy.
So cute.
And it takes it, and it's just like holding it, tilting its head, looking at.
I'm pretty sure it probably said thank you.
And then it stands
Welcome.
up in Sabine's hand and starts to walk off the side of your hand.
Huh,
Okay.
huh,
Whoa,
huh.
whoa, 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 whoa.
I like
I-
instinctively lunge.
You're walking.
Wait, wait.
It's like walking and starting It doesn't have any facial features, so it's hard to tell that it's confused, but
Like when you have a gerbil and you're just making it run down your hand.
We're slinky walking this thing.
Hold on. If you keep walking, you'll fall, and that won't be great.
Pretty sure they can fly, actually.
Arthur's gonna straighten up and say, Madam, we have acquired this chwinga for you. Silvers, please.
Brom is going to, behind the chwinga, kind of open the alms box, like, put it inside.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, my instinct is I must keep it warm. Jam it down my shirt.
Into that stinky wool shirt. Get
Oh,
on in there.
you.
The fragrant, moist
The fragrant aroma
depths of the hood.
of pre-deodorant humans.
Yummy.
Well,
Look, this is
But-
Niffer's first instinct, not Lane's first
Oh, that's
instinct,
fair.
okay?
I was gonna say, like, that's a very motherly instinct from Lane, but also, like, a very bad smell for the chwinga. I'm just
I
saying.
headcanon that Lane smells like Old Spice. Just naturally.
I wish I
It's-
had that power.
It's
but-
part of my Warlock Pact.
yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
Old Spice. All right, so we have acquired the chwinga, perhaps?
So,
Question
Brom,
mark?
you are trying to get it to get into your alms box that you've made into a bed. So go ahead
I will
and give
fling
me,
another bead in there as bait.
go ahead and give me persuasion with advantage.
All right. Brom has also put his own silverware in there, and will probably put one of his coins in there too. Just like, here, look.
We've captured a tiny little dragon. Good job, everyone.
All right, let me see. So he's gonna roll. He's gonna try and persuade this little guy. I get 2 rolls. Oh, that one wasn't good, but hopefully the next one is. Or should I just take the second roll?
Let's see.
You have-
GM.
You have advantage, so you roll both, and then you pick the higher.
You get to pick.
Aha! I will take the second one.
Okay.
Yes, good.
So, it starts walking, it starts getting more and more desperate in Sabine's hands as it's realizing it's not going anywhere. You kind of open the box and gesture.
Ta-da!
And it,
Like, look!
Sabine walks her hands over to the box, and it like gets to the edge of the box and pauses and looks in. Steps down into the box and moves a couple of the beads to the side. Sets the coin upright like it's a mirror or something. And
Aww!
Can we keep him? Let's
We
not give him to
can't do
Danica.
it looks
Danica won't hurt him.
down at its face, and
Probably.
you see it
Will
reaches up
Danica give
where
him back?
it pulls from behind its head. It has these like black tendrils that serve as hair. Like just pulls him up and pulls it over the
He's
top of its
fixing his
mask, so it
hair!
has like little bangs.
Oh my god, he's doing
It's
his
so
hair.
cute.
I will die for it.
Okay, we have to get him back from Danica, and we're keeping him forever.
We're gonna
Great
get him a
things are
nicer
meant to
setup
be
than
free.
this too.
We're
He
gonna make
deserves
him like his
more.
own little house. I will have this built.
Like a birdhouse, so he
Yes.
can come and go.
Yes.
'Cause
I
But
he's
will
he's
press
not a
it-
prisoner.
I can
Yes.
prestidigitate the house all the time so that it stays warm. We will love him forever.
I found your weak spot,
Please?
Lane.
Shut up. No, this is Niffer's weak spot. Small
Oh,
things.
Interesting how it's always Niffer when there's a moment. Interesting. Methinks thou dost protest too much. Surely Lane has a soft side. For
Look,
little
Lane
fluffies.
Lane has a soft spot for things that are smaller than they should be. That's why he has children. Like,
It will
so yeah.
the chwinga will look at the different beads that are in there because there's now a couple in there, and it's going to pick one that it thinks looks different than the others. It'll pick it up and it will wave one of its little hands over the top of it, and you can see light. For a moment, the bead frosts over. It looks like it suddenly became very cold, and then it just lifts the bead up toward whoever wants to reach for it.
It was mine, so I
And-
guess
well,
like
no, it changes its mind.
oh okay.
So Lane starts to reach for it, and it kind of pulls it back,
I'll shrug.
and lifts it over towards Sabine.
Yeah.
Ew.
Wow, regifting his present in front of me.
Sabine, they
Rude.
like you.
So you
Sabine,
have...
I want to give you something too. Mirtha's gonna give you one of his earrings. Just start giving you offerings.
And Burrito, go ahead and roll a d8 for me.
It's Crimbus, guys. We're getting presents.
Crimbus.
While these guys are dealing with the bead, Brom will take his little dagger, little defense dagger, and he's going to cut the pieces of cloth from some of his extra cloth, basically, to give the creature, because it is kind of sad that there's just one piece of cloth in that box for it. He will also give it
I really like that
some rations and a candle.
We all walked into this crotchety old lady's house. She's like screaming on a chair, and all of us are like crowded around this box, cooing over this thing we were supposed to get rid of.
Elva is standing on this chair just with a dumbfounded look on her face. What are y'all doing with that irritating little thing?
Hey, you know how sometimes there's this phrase, you catch more flies with honey than with vinegar? We're doing that, okay? We're just, if you try being nice to it and give it something that you don't care about but it cares about, it'll help. That's a trick for dealing with people too. Don't forget.
I think as we're there, Mirth will ask, we'll say, it looks like we found your intruder, and would you be so kind as to let us know where there's an inn or some place to stay, or lane, do you know?
This would be my neighbor town, so I probably would.
Yep. So there are a couple places to stay. First, Sabine, what was the number on that d8?
8.
Okay, roll it again. I actually only have 7 options.
Okay.
I figured
Nice.
I'd play the odds.
5.
So this bead you can use one time as a greater restoration spell.
We love!
That's
We're
wonderful.
keeping him! We should ask for its name. I don't know how. I guess we all have to memorize a certain way of going.
I think its name is
Okay.
Gust.
No, we should ask what his name is. Or her, or there.
We can whistle and see what the name is.
Yeah, we're asking for the name of the wind. Thanks.
Yeah, exactly. So I think,
Rathus, please come join us. Play with us, please.
I wonder if it probably understands common to an extent.
I mean, probably.
Yeah, so we can ask.
I think, Rito, you'd started to say something.
Oh, yeah. Sabine looks down at him and she's like, can we name him Bubby?
And
Can I?
as soon as you...
Bubby.
So the chwinga has kind of gone back to making its little rag bed after you took the bead and looked at the bead. And as soon as you say Bubby, it like just pauses and looks up and goes...
Sir Bubs.
Bub!
I like that this like
The
pest
Bubster.
extermination thing has come to giving it a tiny house and naming it Bubby.
That turned so fast, my head is spinning.
Yes,
I
and,
love
and
it.
Also,
We have
and
so
also now it owns a coin, two or three beads, a
and
candle,
all of our hearts.
Yeah.
all of our hearts, some cloth that is cut from clothing that was once expensive. And
This thing is gonna have a college fund set up.
yeah,
like,
and
it's
and it has
set.
a little
Look.
piece of Brom's incense now. Like
It's-
it's living it up. Has
It's
the high
official.
life now.
I have 7 kids now. This one too.
How are we gonna give it? How are we gonna give up this creature?
We're not. We're gonna tell Danica we did not find one.
Or she
gonna
can
be a
examine
great
it
shame.
supervised. Danica
That's
doesn't
true.
seem like a bad person.
No, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Danica needs to investigate the creature. Maybe if Danica can, I don't know.
Maybe
Danica-
she can speak
Danica might have
fairy.
supervised visits.
Yes, exactly. We can be like, look, we
Supervised
found one,
play dates.
but now it's our best friend, so you can't have him.
Now
but
it's
you can
everyone's
visit
child.
him.
Then, like, whenever they take breaks, like, we can play with them and stuff like that. It's kind of like visiting your child at, like, a child therapist or something. When, like, their therapist is like, okay, let's take a break. And you go into the playroom and stuff. And, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be look now their blizzard time is so much better because they have
Yeah.
a little friend.
I'm gonna
So
cry because of
cute.
Bubby.
Someone needs to like learn how to make clothes. To make him like new clothes. Or her, whatever their gender is.
As
Sounds
if
like
Lane
a good
does
coring
not
project
know.
for Brom.
So as Elva is just dumbfounded by this exchange and the blizzard is
I'm explaining.
whistling and beating against the walls of her small little hovel just outside of Targos, little Bubby looks up and is amused by all of you, and you pass the next 4 hours of blizzard
Mm-hmm.
amused by little Bubby. Not sure what the day would bring. Elva starts to seem irritated that you're there because after 4 hours of blizzard, it starts the aurora have started to cover the sky quite extensively. Night proper is really setting in over the eternal night of Icewind Dale.
Oh my god. Sorry, go ahead. Continue.
And-
I'll explain in a second.
And there is just this little tiny bit of warmth in all your hearts that is brought by what you've done so far.
So happy.
That
Brom-
We have Ol'Bitey and Lil Bubby.
Yeah,
What's
Brom-
happening?
Wait.
I love it.
So I rolled. Brom would perform a folk song for little Bubby who
Yes.
doesn't understand English. So
Yes,
and he got a
good.
22, so it's like not terrible.
Yes, good.
yes.
I was like, if you
Yes,
don't
Mom?
think I'm singing lullabies,
He's
you're
singing
wrong.
a lullaby. He's singing a folk lullaby, and
And
it's one of
lullabies
those
to
like, unfortunately for everyone, it's like one of those terrible like old medieval songs where like no one knows it's actually very like bleak and depressing.
Oh, so Ring Around the Rosie.
No, it's actually it's more like Hoppa Hoppa Reiter, which is like a
Oh,
German
yeah.
lullaby that's like horrific and
Yeah.
about like people like falling off their horses and dying. Like,
Yep.
and actually it's about knights too, so it's fitting. Yeah, he's singing something very similar, sweetly to our new best friend Bubby.
So
Yes, good.
as the hours pass and everyone has their few moments of special time, and as Bubby dances and twirls to the song Brom is singing, our time
He
together
loves it.
comes to a close for this week. So we will fade away from the game for now, but do not go anywhere, because in all of the games that I DM, and I'm going to turn off the music, we stick around for a little bit of extra time for any comments, questions, concerns, conundrums, or qualms that may have come up. Unfortunately, we had a handful of tech difficulties today, but if you have ever streamed anything, anywhere, tech difficulties, kind of just follow streams around for fun. So
Chat was awesome during that, though.
Chat was
Chat was
made
amazing.
My notes for this
Cat's
just
the
little
best.
Bubby is all that matters.
Little Bubby is the best.
Little Bubby.
He's a gem,
Little
a
Bubby.
jewel.
Little Bubby.
So we'll spend a
Bubby.
few minutes talking about what happened this session, things that went well, things that we maybe didn't go well, didn't go how we thought they would. If you in chat have any questions, feel free to post them. We'll be around for about 15 minutes or so, depending on how it goes, and look forward to having this talk. So, everyone, there was a point, and I kind of want to start with this one, that I think it was Purple Phil that pointed out, or it was either Purple Phil or it was Chrissy, one of the two, that pointed out that the theme song is so bleak and dark and sad, and yet we have a singing fish and now a pet chwinga that is oh so sweet.
He's not a pet, he's a friend.
Not a pet, he's a friend.
And
So
a baby.
tone-wise, it's taken a shift that I didn't necessarily expect. How's everyone feeling tone-wise?
In
I think-
tears from cute.
I mean, I think as far as tone is concerned, but sorry, as a player, I always appreciate like nice moments like this because it's kind of as we go through the story, I know it's going to take, some bleak steps. We're going to find out some not so great stuff. So the sort of areas of levity kind of become like an escape, I guess, from the way that the story is told, which, having done these campaigns, they're generally, pretty don't hold many punches back in terms of storytelling. So
It also just does such a good job of grounding us in the characters right away, of like watching your character be soft really helps you get in touch with it. Of like, Al called me out on it, of like, all of this sounds like never, but it's like, no, absolutely, like Lane is soft towards children, Lane is soft towards small creatures, and that's because that's an element of myself that I want to put into Lane. So it's like, yeah, okay, that's how he's soft. And I think that's good for us who are just getting to know our characters. And it's also good for like, why do you let children believe in fairy tales if the world is full of monsters? And the answer, like, or what's the quote? I think it was Tolkien. Like, why do you let children be happy if you know they're going to be sad later? And the answer is because they're going to be sad later. And it's just like, you let us have these little moments because we are going to get murdered soon. And so just, yeah.
Meanwhile, everyone will be very glad that like the part of me that, because I actually like small creatures in real life, but like not like a normal person. I'm always like, you're so cute, I just want to, but I won't, but I really want to.
But I want to bite things that are cute. There's a word for that. I just want to like chew dog ears.
Oh, that's just cute.
So
it's cute aggression, but I have an extreme version, like the Key and Peele one, except not actually that ending, because that's horrible.
Okay, Lenny.
No, I wouldn't actually do it. I just really want to like squeeze them. All right. Anyways.
It's definitely not Tolkien. It's Doctor Who, apparently. I just Googled it. I'm tired.
Close enough. It's fine.
Anyways.
Brito, what do you think tone-wise? Al, Brito?
Yeah, I really like the fact that Sabine found the softness.
You deserve it.
It's not that she was necessarily like a cold person before, but I just think she was just all over the place because she's like, how did I end up here? Where did I come from? What's happening? But especially that moment at the bar where Blue Boots was like, hey, where'd you come from? And she was like, I don't know. And it's never really hit her before. So yeah, just going through all those emotions and leading up to, becoming closer with everyone. It was really cool. Like, it was really cool. It was fun. It was a lot.
Very exciting.
And now she is potentially a caregiver to a...
There's no potentially about this. This is your child now. I am a grandfather.
Bubby is my child, so...
Oh, go ahead.
Bubby is extremely cute, so there's that.
Bubby is precious. Why do you keep doing this to us?
That's it.
Bubby's safe for now in the alms box.
Bubby is safe.
So as for tone, as a player, I like mirth, but I'm interested in story. Like, I don't want Mirth to die or anything, and I like being goofy and playing him that way. But not to sound too cutthroat, but he's like a story for me. Like, and I'm delighted to see what difficulties will await us soon. I would encourage the DM to ramp it up. That's my challenge to you: is mess with us. Let's see, we can handle it.
We're already being messed with a lot. Let's not challenge him.
I'm challenging you.
No.
Challenge only Mirth.
Nope.
You can talk to the DM on your own time, but he has my opinion.
We rescind the challenge.
Rescind. Only Mirth.
I might be outvoted. I am
Look,
enjoying the game though,
Al,
and I
we
enjoy
are-
these lighthearted moments.
We are all about to be highly emotionally challenged when we have to leave Bubby behind, so don't do that.
Don't make it worse.
Yeah,
Let's keep
let's not
Bubby.
make it worse.
So this
No, this is just Al as a player, not
Yeah.
Murph. Murph is a sweetheart, but Al has T knows because I DM for him, but I have a sharp side, and I'm like, yes, let there be angst. Or
Hurt.
not. We can also have comedy. I enjoy the comedy too. So
There's just such good stuff everywhere we look.
This time that we talk on stream about how things are going is the perfect time to bring up exactly that. You know, to bring up the tone of the game, the mood of the game, which direction we'd like it to go. I, as a DM, I try to go back and forth a little bit. So we'll follow a few threads that are more RP based or more, you know, just fun and tongue-in-cheek based. And then we'll follow threads where, you know, it's a full-blown dungeon crawl. But I will always have that as an option for you as players. So there are dungeon crawls that you could completely ignore, and I'll just make it work for the story if you don't want to do the crawl. And if you do want to do the crawl, just like the kind of skill challenges to deal with random encounters, if you get to the point where you want to really want to flex those new ability muscles that you got from a level up or something like that, then, you know, we'll go into full-fledged combat. One thing to know about me as a DM, though, is that I am following the randomness of the random encounter tables, and there are many encounters that you absolutely could fight that would be fatal for the characters.
And for the chwinga.
So
It was like, and for the chwinga, let's be real.
Priorities now.
So
We're
the
not
thing
thinking
that-
about our own selves now. We're thinking about the NPC in our pockets.
Yes.
The
What
most
happen-
important thing.
What happens
The
to the
NPC
chwinga if
needs-
we're gone?
Armor.
Who's
The
gonna
immortal
give
chwinga.
I
Who's gonna
will
give Chwinga
hide-
the shinies if we die? We have to
I-
stay alive.
I will hide Chwinga in Sabine's hair.
Do it.
That's where they will stay.
Bubby would
Good
love
choice.
that.
So yeah, so DM wise, that's something that I
Didn't
try to do.
You're doing great.
Yes.
Dave, this is a fantastic game.
The combat with the
Yeah.
goblins ended up being much more damaging than I thought it would. But that
Goblins
was,
nearly KO'd us, which is hilarious, but
that was
Yeah.
also
1 hit point.
That.
yeah.
the goblins just beating the snot out of
1
us.
hit point
Yeah.
left.
So these poor goblins, and Brito, if you haven't watched it, it's worth watching because the and if I think it was it was Purple Phil that was saving the goblins. It was just finders keepers. They found it out in the snow, so they tried to keep it, and the warning shot was straight at one of their heads. So it kind of devolved into combat very quickly, and in an attempt to save the goblins, a number of bad tables happened. That
Oh, yeah.
first off,
Oops.
that's how Brom got blinded. And it was Mr.
It was
Rogers.
Mr. Rogers,
So I couldn't
yeah.
remember if it was Purple or Mr. Rogers. And
They're both
the
very
fun
kind
one
to us.
was that Lane had a target put over his neck. And every time Lane blasted his Eldritch Blast, his little friend showed up with a bowl and reflected it back at Lane, who shot himself 3 times during
I
that
dealt
combat.
myself 20 points of damage. I have 21 hit points.
Oh
So-
my!
These goblins, who were just trying to claim something they found in the snow, got ambushed by bandits, and almost all of them got killed. So it was
That was
like-
really
Wait,
sad.
are we the bad guys?
Yes,
We
we
are.
are. I was trying to say, like, I didn't want to kill them, but it was, yeah, I was just like, well, I
Oh.
guess
Look.
we're killing them.
Here's the deal.
Okay, I didn't
I-
realize.
Go, Al.
No, I didn't realize. That's the thing. I feel exceptionally stupid. When they said finders keepers, Mirth/Al made the assumption that they were like, haha, we got this loot from you, tee-hee, we're gonna
A little
cringe away
bit.
with it. But we just were like, we found it, like, oh gosh.
It's
I have to think
Yeah.
about what we did.
So,
It's really funny for me. I was talking with HP about this earlier today because I, Niffer, in the moment panicked and was like, ah, yes, must fire warning shot. Then we had a little bit more conversation. Then it was, where do you want the shot? And I'm like, directly at him. And then I was like, oh no, that's out of character. Shoot, he should not, he have wanted to do this. And then I was like, oh, there's a backstory tie in here. Now it's in character. I'm happy we murdered these things. So it was like a big thing of, I started this and I'm actually okay with this. And at some point that will come out and I'm very excited to like have the conversation about like, hey, this is why we all hate goblins and why I'm going to make you hate goblins too. And it's going to be fun.
yep. So
I personally feel bad for the goblins.
Oh, I
Brom
do
doesn't
too.
feel particularly bad for them because
No.
they did not give up the gold and also almost killed us. But I do.
Yes,
Me.
out of character.
Out of
Yes.
character, we love the goblins. In character,
It was-
Purple's like,
I think
"Finders
we're the bad
keepers."
guys.
it was so funny rewatching that fight play out because of how passive the goblins were for so long, and they're basically just trying to run away with this sled. It was great.
Oh.
So watch it again if you want to feel bad about the
I
characters.
felt bad in the middle of combat. I don't need to
I did
feel
too.
worse.
Never look back, baby. Never look back.
So as far as we go tone wise, I love doing lighthearted stuff like this. I don't know what it is about me as a DM that just hands parties pets
Cute
and
things?
friends and NPCs.
Oh, don't stop that.
Apparently
No.
that's part of my DMing
Please.
style that I didn't realize I do.
Please.
It's
Because-
amazing
never
and we
stop
love
that.
your voices.
It's
You do the best
perfect.
voices. So
Yes,
Yes.
please
keep giving
continue.
us pets.
Maybe we'll give up. Maybe we'll somehow make up for the sin of murdering a bunch of innocent goblins. Mostly
I'm
innocent
so
goblins.
happy Sabine got a little friend too. I'm happy Sabine got to have lots of good airtime today.
Yep.
I'm glad as a player to get to have to see a little bit more about what makes her tick and what
Mm.
challenges she's going
No,
through
right?
and some of the like because being in this kind of an area is cold, it's lonely, it's scary. You know, being an adventurer doesn't mean that even the act of traveling isn't dangerous and scary. And like
Mhm.
having a party you've been traveling with disappear, you know, definitely I would be very stressed out too. I
Yeah.
don't think I would drink my face off, but nevertheless, like her feelings are understandable. And so as a player, I like seeing that. And as a character, Mirth was delighted to attempt to contribute. He's a pretty caring guy. So I think he's glad to have friends to try and look after.
All right.
Um,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I'm being summoned downstairs.
Yep, absolutely. 11:30 is our official cutoff, so
Ah.
thank you for hanging around.
Thank you.
Yep.
You're the
Bye,
rock
T.
star.
See you later,
Thank
T.
you guys. Love you all, especially you audience, and also you players. Bye.
And
Bye.
most
Bye, T.
importantly, you, Bubba.
And
Oh,
Bubba
yeah.
also.
Bubby.
Little Bubby.
Bye.
Oh, Bubby.
Bye.
We love you the most.
We love Bubbies.
So
Bubby.
our cameras are going wonky, but I'm not going to fix them because we're just going to wrap up.
Fine.
So unless there is anything else that anyone wants to bring up,
I'll just sit up really tall. This is fine. Hi, how's it going?
we will be back in